Atlanta Bird Gang, what's going on? What's popping, dog? What's popping? It's actually your dog, Toddy, checking in, man. Falcons coming off a victory over the Arizona Cardinals, 20-19. Now to bring our record up to what are we now? 6-10, 6-10, 6-10. Yeah. So what do y'all think about the win today? Not surprised we won today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't have been mad if we lost for that draft position. You know what I'm saying? But we're coming off a victory, man. So what do y'all, man? I see a few of y'all checking in. I see ABG Jeff checking in. What's going on with your big Jeff? My boy Winston Thorne checking in. What's happening with you, Winston? Matty Ghost checking in. Go Bulldogs. How about them damn dogs? Happy New Year to y'all also, by the way, man. As we start off 2023. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tell me what y'all thought about the game today. Big Mike checking in. What's going on with your Mike? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? So we beat the Cardinals. Like I said, I knew we'd win that game. Cardinals are actually worse than we are. And quarterback play for them treacherous. So definitely expected us to win that game. We will finish off the season versus Tampa next week. Don't know if we don't think we gonna get away with that victory, but we shall see. That's why they play the games. That's why they play the games. Man. Really not a whole lot to take away on this game specifically. Just gonna be honest. You just had just two just real terrible teams out there putting on a atrocious display of NFL football. I would promise y'all, if I wasn't a lifelong Falcon, I would not have wasted any of my time watching that game. From an NFL perspective, just a terrible, terrible, terrible display of professional football. But it's our team, my team, y'all team, so you stick in there and you watch it. But it was a tough watch, man. That was some bad football being played out there today. Jada, how you doing, bro? What's going on? Happy New Year. Facebook users, what's good, fam? The fan of me, glad we won, but the business part wanted the L for the draft. I agree. Totally agree. Definitely not mad we won, but as you say, from the business logistics of the situation, hey, the L might have been the best thing in the long term. Yeah, that field goal to Ohio State, I will send that kicker a thank you package that he missed it. That kick sent us to the championship game to defend our title Monday night. We missed Pitts. I think Ridder has Pitts. We missed Pitts. I think Ridder hits Pitts off the next year. Possibly, if that's who the Falcons decides going to be the guy, that will be our guy going into next year. J. Dot says 25, definitely the running back one. Absolutely, man. Algier is something else, man. Tyler Algier is that dude. Definitely gonna be our running back one. I think he's gonna have a very bright future with the Falcons, man. He's gonna be what we've been missing in a running back one. I really can't say enough great things about Tyler Algier. 5th round draft pick. Terry Fontenot, you definitely won with that one, man. I mean, he's just an absolute beast. He runs hard, runs tough, delivers punishment at the point of impact, has deceptive speed, has some shiftiness. He can catch out the backfield. So far he's shown he's been a reliable receiving threat coming out the backfield. So I love it, man. I love it. And a lot of the I've seen and I've said this before, but I've seen a lot of Falcons chatter saying we should draft Bijan Robinson. Put that to bed. Can we finally put the Bijan Robinson 1st round pick to bed? You got your running back one. and you got him in the fifth round. So let's put the Bijan Robinson talk to bed. And I'm not saying that because I'm not a fan of Bijan Robinson or I don't think he's going to be a great NFL player because I do. Bijan Robinson is an exceptional talent. I was campaigning for him last year in our Atlanta Bird Game group. You know, I made multiple posts saying we need to find a way to get Bijan Robinson last year, but that was before the Tyler Algier era started in Atlanta. And now we have Algier. You know, you don't need to go get no Bijan Robinson, man. You got Algier here. He probably has 3 more years on his contract, and you are paying him fifth round NFL money. So what sense would it make to go get Robinson, who's going to do nothing but stunt the growth of Algier and pay top NFL money? That's hustling backwards. And I know historically the Falcons have been proven to be the most intelligent NFL franchise out there, but I'm gonna give us more credit than that. I think we're way smarter than that. So let's put that Bijan Robinson stuff to bed. And again, it's not because I don't think Bijan is great. Think he's gonna have a potentially great NFL career, but that's not what this team needs at this point in time. We can argue till the cows come home whether or not we should draft the quarterback in the first round, you know. But running back, no, we can go ahead and just kill that. And then you still got Cordero Patterson coming back. And I'm definitely hoping they bring Huntley back. Huntley has kind of got lost in a shuffle. You know, he's on IR now, but you still got Huntley back in, and you got Algier and you got Huntley. These guys are under 25 years old. You know, they still okay, for a running back, you know, I know their shelf life is short, but come on, let's put the Bijan Robinson stuff to bed. Let's put that to bed, man. Tyler Algier is only 100 yards away from having a 1,000-yard rushing season. And going into the preseason, I think he was at least number 3 on the depth chart, maybe 4 at one point. And he's only 100 yards away from 1,000-yard rushing season. And I hope Arthur Smith just feeds him the ball next week. Go ahead and give him 20 plus carries, 25 carries, and make sure he gets 1,000 yards because the kid has earned that accolade. He's earned that accomplishment. So I definitely hope we can go into the next game and just feed him that ball so he can get those 1,000 yards. And if he keeps playing like this the next 2 years, him and his agent, they're gonna come back to the table early and they're gonna pressure the Falcons to give him a new contract before the rookie contract is over. And if he keeps playing like this, you know, that hey, that's something, you know, we may have to do, but you know, that's way down the road. So that's a bridge we would definitely cross and talk about in depth once we get there. Jeff says, this is me, Jeff. Can I join? Sure, you can come in. ABG Jeff. I will put a link in the comments very shortly. And that way you can come in and tell us what you think about the game, Jeff. David, what's up, bro? Says to answer your question in the stream, no, he hasn't. Still a lot of rookie mistakes. And that's speaking on Desmond Ridder. And that was part of the caption. Like, has he done enough yet to solidify himself as the starting quarterback going into the 2023 season? And I would have to say I agree with David's assessment. And David, this is gonna be the part of the stream where some people get pissed off. Some people get very, very agitated at me when I discuss quarterback and getting another and possibly getting another quarterback for next year for competition for Ridder. They really don't like that topic of conversation. It really agitates them and it bothers them a lot. And quite honestly, I really don't care. if ABG Jeff wasn't in here, I would have said I really don't, give a, you know what I mean. But I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to watch what I say because I know we got the youngin in here, Jeff. So I don't want to, you know, go that route and be real profane. And then also when you be on YouTube, they don't like you to use some strong cuss words. So as I always say every week, I'm trying to be professional. Winston says Bijan Robinson doesn't hold the value as a top 6 pick for our team. Emphasis on the word our. Absolutely correct, Winston. If we was only a piece away, then yeah, but we have way too many holes to draft the running back that high. I absolutely agree. And then once again, you already got Tyler Edgy here. Like, ooh, we're already doing good. Already doing good. Actually, we're doing great as a running team. Facebook you says Algier runs with a mean gangster attitude. He gonna be a star. I agree. Like Ross said, I'm a star. I agree, man. He runs real rough, And what I like about him is his versatility running the ball. Like you say, he got that gangster attitude when he run. He can run tough. And hey, man, he can hit you with the other steps too. He can make a move, put his feet in the dirt, and keep going. So, love that about him, man. I can't say enough good things about Tyler Adrian, man. He, like you said, looks like he's gonna be a star for us. Jonathan says, "Big bro, I think Desmond Ridder should have started the season." So you say Ridder should have started the season. Don't know about that. And I'll tell you the reason I say I don't know about that, Jonathan. What's up to you, Jonathan, also? The reason I say I don't know about that because let me start off and say Ridder has gotten progressively better with each start. But the first start was against New Orleans, and he played a terrible game. Uh, Holistically, let me specify what I mean when I say terrible start. Because I'm telling y'all, man, these Ridder guys, they will be on my top if I don't watch my word and provide proper context. I think he was terrible in that Saints game holistically, just seeing how did your quarterback play. But he was a rookie, so that was expected his first start. What I'm really trying to say is the first game he played, which was like 14, 13 games, 14 games in the season, he didn't come in that game ready. So, and obviously he didn't have the playbook 100% down as well. So if you're starting him that late in the season, he wasn't ready. Starting him week 1 definitely wouldn't have been ready at that point in time. And I really think you're throwing him in a dumpster fire when you didn't have to. And also I think Arthur Smith approached this season trying to win as many games as possible, and also trying to get the team in the playoffs. And I think he went with the player that he thought gave him the best chance of winning as many games as possible. And I know people may not agree with this, but I still think Mariota still gives the team the best, still would have gave the team the chance to win as many games as possible. But once we got realistically eliminated from playoff, and that your priorities change. At that point, you're not going to make the playoffs. So your priorities change from trying to chase the playoffs and win as many games as possible to your evaluation process of potentially your next franchise quarterback. So you start playing Desmond Ridder, and then you start evaluating him. If Mariota was not on the team, that's totally different. But I don't think it was in our best interest to start Ridder day one because I think that would have been monstrous to put him in there not ready. Um, I just don't see it, especially with Mariota there already on the team as well. Armani, what's up, bro? Says Celine. What does that mean, Celine? You came here using these small college words. Celine, doesn't that mean like clean? I think clean, something like that in that effect. Kelly, what's up, bro? How's it going? Says 169 yards and 26 attempts against a bad Arizona team isn't enough to be the unquestioned quarterback one. I totally agree on that as well. That's about 6.5 yards per attempt, 6.4, 6.5, 6.6, somewhere in that range, but it's under 7 on 26 attempts, 169 yards, and probably more importantly, no touchdowns. So for the Ridder people who don't like this topic of conversation, we now have 12 quarters with 0 points from the quarterback position. 3 games, no points. So combined with 169 yards on 26 attempts, no touchdowns. I just can't come on here and say, yeah, I'm convinced that Ridder's the guy going into next season. I can't say it. I'm sorry to y'all people who don't agree with that. I'm sorry to the people who tend to get offended by that, who get upset about that. Hey, but that's my opinion, man. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and that's my opinion. I just don't see it yet. And that was a bad Cardinals team, That was a team who was kind of like us, They didn't want to totally embarrass themselves, but they wouldn't have been upset by losing. Also, so you really had a tank game going on. Two teams who beneath the surface that didn't want to truly go out their way to win the game, and we couldn't carve them up. And Arthur Smith, he's making it as easy as possible for Ridder. He's calling up a lot of short passes, short routes, dump off passes. And Ridder did throw the ball down the field some today. There was a pass that he threw, I guess was maybe about 35, 40 yards down the sideline to Damiere Byrd. And he put that one on the money. I'm going to give him his credit. He put it on the money. I think Byrd probably still should have came away with it, but the defender made a good play on the ball toward the end also. But Ridder put it on the money. He put the ball in some tight seams also today. So there was some positives that I saw about Ridder, but I just can't get that nod of approval yet, man. After 12 quarters, I still haven't seen that. Where you go into next season with him just as the unquestionable QB1 without no competition in here. And a lot of times I speak on, possibly drafting a quarterback with our first round pick. And even if they decide to go defense, I wouldn't be mad at them about that neither, because the defense obviously needs a lot of help too. But if that's the case, you still got to bring a starter in here who you feel like can start and win some games for you. Man, if not, man, it might be another real long season for the Falcons. If not, if you just go in there and Ridder's your guy just off the jump with no competition, man, you might see another long season. And I said this already, man. If Ridder does go in there as a quarterback, the starter from the start of the season next year, we don't bring anybody in, and we mess around and only win 3, 4, 5, 6 games, I think Arthur Smith probably gonna be out of here. I think he'd be out of here. The way I see it, if that were to happen, I don't know if Arthur Smith would finish the season. If we on pace to win 3, 4, 5, 6 games, if he does finish the season, he will go into the 2024 season with the hottest of hot seats. His seat would be scorching hot. I'm talking about his seat would be 4th of July hot in Georgia with all the humidity. So that's something to consider. That's something to consider, because we just can't assume that Ridder will be the guy just because he plays for the Falcons. You just can't assume he will be the guy. And Terry Fontenot comes off to me as a pretty intelligent individual, and I just don't think he's gonna put his NFL executive reputation on the line for a 3rd round pick. I just can't fathom that. It just don't equate in my mind for a guy who's just starting. Now, if you're a general manager, you already been in the league, or executive, you've already had 20, 25, 30 years of NFL experience, and you're on your way out the door. You're only a few years from retirement. Just sitting back, kicking back, not doing nothing. That's different. You've already did your thing for decades. But just coming in the door, hey man, it's not easy to get an NFL general manager job. And if you drop the ball the first time, there's a guarantee you'll get another one. And I always say a lot of times, I don't think Dimitrov did a bad job in Atlanta. I think he did a pretty good job overall. And I know Dimitrov is not popular in his fan base, but has TD got another GM job? I think he got the general manager job at about the same age as Fontenot got the job. I think they were both, in their 40s, early 40s, something like that. But they were around the same age group. Dimitrov, he ain't got another job yet. So I just don't think that would be a wise decision for the Falcons. But we shall see how it plays out. Desmond Ridder does have one more game to maybe change our minds. Play Tampa Bay at home. You come out there, you put up 400 yards, 70% passing percentage, 3-4 touchdowns, no turnovers. Then this time next week, I may have a different perspective. If that were to happen, I may come on here and say, yeah, guys, we may need to just go ahead and give them a shot. After today's game, we may need to give them a shot. But if it's like we've seen today in last week's game, meager yards, no touchdowns, it's like, no, you can't take that risk. You can't take that risk. Christian, what's up, bro? Says Ty to speak your S, big bro. It's 2023 now. Yeah, it is, man. 2023, new season. Well, not new season, new year. I meant to say. Armani says Ridder hasn't earned it yet. Hey, I totally agree with you, Armani. Totally agree, man. But people be feeling some kind of way when you say that, bro. They be feeling some kind of way. 12 quarters, no touchdowns. 12 quarters, no touchdowns. No touchdowns. What's up? Mike says, I'm good with Ridder if we only pay him per touchdown. Well, he ain't made a dime yet, then, Mike. If that's the case, he ain't made no money yet. No money. J-Dot says, no, Ridder has not proved himself yet. Nothing about him stands out so far. The Falcons need to bring in competition at the quarterback position. And by that, I mean someone that is ready to play now. That's where I'm at with it, J-Dot. That's where I'm at. And I know I'm repeating myself. I be talking a whole lot about drafting quarterbacks. And that's because, that's the most important position on the team. So you want to get the best possible player at the quarterback position, because if you got a top level quarterback, most times everything else falls into play when you got a top level quarterback. The line will look better. Running backs tend to look better. Even the defense tends to look better when you got a top level quarterback. So that's why I talk about it a lot. But trust me, the Falcons, they end up drafting 6, 7, 8, and they go out there and they get them a pass rusher or interior defensive lineman. Hey, I can live with that too, because the defense need a lot of help. But if that's the route that they choose to go, drafting a defender in the first round, man, you better bring in a veteran in here. You better bring a veteran in here. I was talking a lot of junk this week about bringing Derek Carr in here, talking about the movement and whatnot. And I would like to see him bring Carr in here, but a little bit of that was just me trolling also. But even if they don't bring Carr in here, you got to bring somebody in here, man. Somebody. If it ain't Carr, it got to be Jimmy G or Geno Smith or Garoppolo. You got to bring somebody here that's ready to play from day one and just has NFL experience and has thrown some touchdowns. At this point, I'll take a rushing touchdown for really. Just somebody who has put 6 points on the board in an NFL regular season game. Matty goes to Arthur Smith coaches like a rookie coach. I've heard some people be critical of Arthur Smith's coaching, and to be fair, he don't have a lot of head coaching experience. Of course, his first his first season as a head coach, of course, is with the Falcons. And personnel wise, he don't have a lot out there. Also personnel wise, so we only hope he can get better. Um, and I, as I say a lot of times too, but I do like how the players respond to him all season. This team has not quit. You know, they have not quit. They've been in virtually every game. They have not quit. And I think a lot of times that means the team has taken the attitude of the coach. And we can only hope these next couple of years through the draft and free agency, we just can get better, get some good draft picks, and do well in free agency also. Algier runs like Marshawn Lynch without the top end speed. That's a good comparable right there. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Um, Jeff said, I don't know about that. Chris said, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to see AJ and Grady, Algier, and Pitts back. Everybody else can get the F. I'm ready for us to spend this money. Well, you can't kick the whole team out now. You can't kick the whole team out. Because at that point, it'll be hard to fill the roster up. But I understand what you're saying. Now, when you bring that point up, I will say this. In my opinion, at this point, you got to re-sign Caleb McGarry also, too. You got to bring Caleb back. I've been watching Caleb I've been paying attention to him virtually all year because, it's a contract year for him. And I've been one of his biggest haters going into the season, man. I mean, I've been hating on Caleb McGarry so bad before the season started. But he changed my tune this year. And then I watched him closer today. And Caleb McGarry was just out there whipping ass today, y'all. I'm talking about he was out there just whooping ass and taking names, man. He was, and what I'm liking, what I'm starting to like about Caleb is he's starting to become nasty. I'm starting to see a mean streak from him. I can see that he's leaving that amateur type mentality, even though he's played a few years. I'm trying to get to a point here, but he's leaving that amateur humble mentality, and I can see him entering that mid-level veteran mentality where I can just be nasty now. I can block you and kind of shoot you a little bow at the end of the play and not get a penalty for it. I can see when he finishes off blocks, he's starting to push people now. Like, get out of the way. I can see that now. He's just starting to get that little mean streak about him. Like, move. I can see the mentality change. And that's something that this team needs badly. That's something that this team hasn't had consistently. Shoot, maybe ever. Maybe since I guess maybe the grid split era, but that didn't last that long. But that's something this team needs. We need that mean streak, man. Like all the years of just having choir boys and nice guys. Like, man, this is a combat sport. This is a barbaric sport played by barbarians. So you need mean guys out there on the field who ain't gonna take no shit. And I'm starting to see that from Caleb. We all know Lindstrom phenomenal. I ain't got to talk a whole lot about Lindstrom. We already know Lindstrom phenomenal. But one thing about Lindstrom, I'm gonna try to use some baseball analogies. What I'm starting to see from our offensive line, Lindstrom is kind of like Greg Maddux, technician, complete technician, does everything damn near perfect. Just a technician. Don't have that powerful stuff, but from a technical aspect, everything you can expect, kind of like Maddox was. I'm just gonna come out here and just be a technician and put on the ultimate show on during my craft. I'm gonna do things with this baseball that y'all ain't never seen before. And that's kind of how Lindstrom plays to me a little bit like a Greg Maddux, just the ultimate guru at the position. Ultimate guru. And what I'm starting to see from McGarry is a little bit of a Randy Johnson. I'm just gonna overpower you. I'm gonna intimidate you. When you walk into that batter's box, I'm gonna beat you before I even throw the first pitch because I'm gonna intimidate you. Just a brute. That's what I'm starting to get from Lindstrom. And I guess that's kind of how you want it to be when you're looking at your guard, your tackle position. You want the tackle to be the monster, the beast, the bully. That's what I'm trying to say. Randy Johnson in his prime, he was a bully pitcher, just a bully. Like, man, I got a 99-mile-per-hour fastball. Good luck hitting that. I could throw it 102 miles per hour. Also, good luck hitting that. Caleb McGarry, I'm just finna come out here and just beat you up all game long, all game long. Good luck by the time the third and fourth quarter get in. By that time, I'm opening the hole so wide I can pull an 18 wheeler through here. So I think we need to bring McGarry back, man. And I know it's a risk associated with that. Being a contract year, you run the risk of him having that one good year. You give him a nice big boy contract because he's gonna get a good contract, y'all. We can throw out the idea of him signing a prove it contract for 2 years and all. No, that's not gonna happen. He's gonna get a big contract. If Atlanta don't give it to him, somebody else will. Because Conklin already re-signed for the Browns. So the idea of us not re-signing Lindstrom and go signing a Conklin in free agency, that's gone. So if Atlanta don't pay him, somebody will. And I just don't want to go down that quote unquote rabbit hole of trying to find another tackle. Especially when we finally got a duo who work together like Snoop and Dr. Dre. You know, they work together well. There hadn't been a lot of bright spots about this Falcons team, but the right side of that line, man, the right side of our line, man, they had some holes so wide today. So I just don't want to go through the musical chairs of tackles again because I know it's easy to say, well, no, don't pay him a lot of money. Just go draft somebody. Yeah, we Falcons fans. We know what happened when you just go draft somebody. They don't always turn out. But when you got a guy that's playing at a high level like Caleb McGarry is, you know, you want to hold on to him. He was a first-round pick, a guy we traded up for, and he's still relatively young. So, hey, man, I just think we got to pull out that checkbook and cut the check. I'm not the biggest advocate of franchise tagging him, but if you got to, you might just have to bite that bullet for 1 year. Hey, man, we gonna franchise tag you, bro. You know, and while you're on this tag, we're gonna try to work on the long-term extension. But I really think you got to bring old big Caleb back, man. He's proven himself to be a bully, man. I watched him today. He was out there bullying them dudes. I'm talking about he was out there bullying them. Tell he was out there, man, get out the way. And so I say bring Caleb back, man. Stick with Caleb. Maddie says, agreed, Mariota was just a bridge quarterback. He had a shot, but he played like a rookie instead of a vet. And honestly, man, Mariota played just like I thought he played. I was saying before we even played our first regular season game, like, y'all don't expect Mariota to come out here and be something he ain't been the last 7 years of his career. He gonna be the same Mariota. You know, don't think because he played for our team that he's just gonna come out here and just be a brand new player. Once you 7 or 8 years in the league, you are who you are. You are who you are. 7, 8 years in the league, you are who you are. There were some good things about Mariota, and there were some bad things about Mariota. He definitely helped out the run game a lot based on his skill set. Passing game left a lot to be desired. So at the end of the day, mediocre quarterback. And that's what he gave us, mediocre play. You know, so in a nutshell, that's basically what he was and what he is and what he has been pretty much the duration of his career. There was a reason that he hadn't started for an NFL team in a couple years prior to coming to Atlanta. Jeff says, great game for the Georgia team. Yeah, hey, man, we started off the new year on the bash. Well, what a bash. UGA did a thing in an instant classic, and the Falcons came out there and won the Turd Bowl against the Cardinals. So good way to start off. Maddie says, I also don't think Arthur Smith is a terrible coach. I don't either. I'm hoping he can stick around long enough, for some of the draft picks to pan out and blossom. And also to spend some of this money in free agency we're going to have. So, I hope he sticks around long enough. We shall see, I guess we could say. Jeff said we don't have a quarterback. Not one that we could depend on just yet, Jeff. We don't, man. We don't. That's why if one of them studs is there in the first round and the Falcons decide they're going to go get Stroud or Bryce or even Levis, hey, man, I'm not mad at them for doing that. As I said last week, at some point, you got to get your guy here, and Ridder just hadn't proved to be that guy yet. Not to be. Mike says 315 yards, 0 touchdowns, 59% completion rate, 5.3 yards per attempt. Those are not good numbers, man. Those are not good numbers, and we just can't cross our fingers and hope he turned to Joe Montana in year 3. One thing about it, as we all know, the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You look at what the players make, look at what the coaches make, look at what the general managers make. I'm sure them ball boys make a nice salary. You know what I'm saying? The referees, they make nice salaries, multi-billion-dollar industry. And what I'm trying to say is NFL teams pay their scouting department a lot of good money to go out there and do their homework year round. Talent scouts are not just working 4 or 5 months out of the year. They're working year round. So when they're going out here, they're scouting these quarterbacks, and they come back and say, well, you know what, Fontenot, this is a 3rd round level talent right here. Now, this is the 1st round level talent. Most times they're not in modern day NFL. Most times they're not. They get it right. Most times they're not. They get it right, and that's why you are seeing the 1st round quarterbacks be more successful now in modern day football. Now, back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, when technology wasn't as advanced and it wasn't as prevalent, you had more guys picked in later rounds exceeding expectations. But like nowadays, with the technology and the money that they put in scouting, there's no salary cap on scouting. If NFL owners say, I want to spend $5 million a year to scout and fly you around the country and put you up in the best hotels and hire the best talent and use all these, analytics, they can do that. So most times they get it right. If you were to look at, all the quarterbacks in the league now under the age of 27 years old, you're probably going to see a whole bunch of 1st round picks. Under the age of 25 years old, you're probably going to see a whole bunch of 1st round picks. Now, with anything in life, you have some guys that fall through the cracks. But I'm guessing 75, 80% of them, they're 1st round guys. They're not. Your talent scout isn't, the head of the talent scouting department is not coming back to Fontenot and Rich McKay and Arthur Smith and Arthur Blank saying, hey, you know what? This 3rd round guy, he'll be a steal. He'll lead this team for the next 12, 15 years. That's not happening. Maddie says, I don't think Arthur Smith is our coach for 2023. He's a Nathaniel Hackett type. So what, you think he's going to get fired at the end of the year? Is that what you're saying? You think he'll be fired? Winston says, Ridder hasn't done enough to be the franchise quarterback. Arizona was missing the record starters, and we won by 1 point. Was given from the quarterback position. I agree, man. That that game today, if I was in the Falcons game, boy, I wouldn't have spent no more than 5 minutes watching that game. Yeah, that was some bad football today. And like you said, we play in the Cardinals. The Cardinals. We win by 1 point. And if they don't miss that field goal, then we probably don't win that game because they missed a field goal that they should have made. They had a bad snap, but there's a field goal early that they should have made, and it might have been a totally different game. Clay Murray, how's it going today, bro? Says Happy New Year. UJ won, Falcons won. Put the stakes in the grill. Ridder and Tyler is the guys for the future. Draft should be defense and offense trenches. Definitely defensive trenches for sure. I'm sorry, definitely. Defensive trenches. You re-sign McGarry. I don't know if you got to spend a lot of draft capital on the trenches and offense. I really don't. You probably can go the free agency route and see what's there. But if you bring McGarry back, you got McGarry, Lindstrom. I don't know if they're ready to give up on Diamond yet. Still got Hennessy. I don't know what Wilkinson's contract situation is, and Jake will be back just based on his contract. And I say it all the time, Jake is not a bad left tackle. He's not great either, but he's solid. He's solid. You can win the Super Bowl with Jake Matthews. Now, he is getting a little older, but as far as our offensive line, man, our offensive line is good. I know that sounds like an oxymoron being a Falcons fan to say your offensive line is good. But our offensive line is good. They really are. Even today, with an inexperienced quarterback, Desmond Ridder didn't face a lot of pressure today. He really didn't. I think he was sacked maybe 1 or 2 times. I can't recall him, so I'm sure somebody can correct me on that. But for the most part, he had clean pockets. And we ain't got to talk about the run blocking. I don't know if there's a better run blocking team in the NFL. And I think last time we looked, we were like the 8th best offensive line. So if you got a top 10 offensive line, top 8 offensive line, hey man, you good as far as the offensive line go. You just need to find you a quarterback now who can do things that good quarterbacks or great quarterbacks do. But defensive line, no doubt about that. Definitely got to work on fixing that without a doubt. Jess, what's up, bro? How's it going today? Clay Mercer's Arthur Smith, Dalton, and Walker need to go. I'm not big on Walker. He ain't an effective start in my opinion. If we can get him back for depth at a cheap contract, I'll definitely bring him back for depth purposes. And he has experience, but he ain't no starter. If we go into next year and Walker still being a starter, it's another long year, another real long year. And speaking of linebackers, man, Troy Anderson, man, Troy Anderson, terrible game today. I found myself watching Troy Anderson a lot today, and man, I was not impressed, man. Troy, when they would send him on linebacker blitz, he would his pursuit on a blitz was just weak. It's like, man, stop being timid. You're a linebacker. You're supposed to be probably the most aggressive person on this team. Like, stop being timid. Go get the quarterback. Use that 4.344 speed, that's that 240 frame, man, and go be a bull. Stop being timid. Stop running around the field lost. I was just real disappointed on how Troy played today. I just seen too much timidness in him. Like, dude, like, what do you go? You were a linebacker, man. There was some passing assignments where he was just drifting off, looked like he was in space, like he was lost. He didn't know what to do or what his assignment should have been. And he is a rookie. So, I guess I got to give him my rookie pass, but I'm gonna be honest. Just like I'm saying, I'm not confident with Ridder going in as a starting quarterback. I'm not confident with Troy Anderson at this point going into next season as the starting linebacker. Now they both could flip the switch next year and become very productive. That remains to be seen. But man, Troy today, man, I'm like, bro, second round pick, man, come on. I didn't like what I seen with from Troy Anderson today. I'm interested to see what PFF will give him tomorrow for his grade. I'm guessing Troy gonna be in the 40s. If he's anywhere in the 60s or above, I'll be completely shocked. Because he wasn't good today. He was not good. Wasn't good at all, man. Not good. Man, he goes to the cute quarterbacks in this draft isn't that good. I like Caleb Williams 2024. Wait a minute. Hold on now, Matty goes. You don't think Stroud is a great or good quarterback? You don't think Bryce is a great quarterback? Now, Caleb Williams, this is the thing with that. All the bad teams next year gonna want Caleb Williams. So, you just can't attach your horse to that carriage and say Caleb Williams, because that's gonna be like the hot commodity. So everybody gonna want him. You're gonna have like 15 more teams talking about Caleb Williams. So I guess we just got to see how things play out at that point in time. Like right now we're kind of in that prime real estate position as far as the draft order goes, where you can realistically talk and say, hey, we might can work our mojo and get Stroud. If you like Stroud, you might can even say, hey, man, we might can work a little mojo and get Bryce. And we got to trade up a little bit, because you're already there. And we don't know where we're going to be at next year. And you also don't know what other quarterback's going to hit the scene next year as well. Winston says hotter than summer in Ghana with no shade. Yep. Let's see here. Maddie says it should. Art Smith has made some terrible situational play calls. He has. I'm definitely gonna give you that, man. His situational play calling has been questionable at certain parts of the year. And I guess that'll get better with experience. Because I was just seeing how young Fontenot is, and Art Smith, he a young cat too. He's just about to finish his second year as a head coach. And so he need like, I guess, a little more time to season as well. Milton Johnson says Derek Carr would be available. Yeah, I've been talking about Derek Carr, man. Milton, these people be getting mad at me when I talk about Carr. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not married to Derek. The idea of bringing Derek Carr here, just bring a veteran in here, man, who has won some NFL games. I'm cool with that. Like I say, whether that be Carr, Geno Smith, Garoppolo, anybody like that, man. Just bring some a quarterback here who can come in here and play the quarterback position, who has the experience to play the position, and just don't mortgage next year on Desmond Ridder. If Ridder comes out, like I said, if he comes out 400 plus yards, three plus touchdowns, 70% completion percentage next year, my whole perspective may change on that. But as of right now, no touchdowns in 3 games. Barely have a 6 yards per attempt. Average throwing the ball 25 plus times and not even getting 250, 270 yards. I just can't buy it yet, man. I just can't buy it. 3rd round draft picks in modern day football, those are backups. Those are developmental guys. Price is another tool. Concussion protocol waiting to happen. Way too small. Leverage strong arm, but inaccurate. I don't think Tua had Bryce Young's arm at Alabama. And Tua was a great quarterback at Alabama. But I'm watching Bryce arm talent way better than Tua's arm talent at Bama. Way better than Tua's arm talent at Bama. Now, if you're basing that just on size, maybe, because they both smaller quarterbacks. And I think Bryce Young, his size is a valid concern, but Bryce Young is a dog throwing that football, man. He's a dog throwing that football, man. He showed that again yesterday. Throwing that football, man. Bryce Young is a grown man. Jonathan Dimitrov overpaid players he should have traded. Give me some examples, man. Give me some examples. Y'all know I'm probably the number one Dimitrov defender in the fan base. I really think Dimitrov just get a bad rep, man. I really think he get a bad rep. Like I said, I'm probably his number one defender in the Falcons fan base, but I also think he get a bad rep. I think once you look at Dimitrov from 2008 until he was fired in what I think 2020, I don't really think you can look at his body of work, the comment this franchise. You gotta remember, this is the Falcons. I don't really think you can look at his body of work and say that was a bad general manager. Did he make some bad signings? Did he make some bad draft picks? Yeah, of course he did. All general managers do. You gotta miss way more than you hit in the NFL when it comes to player acquisitions. But a Super Bowl that we all know we should have won, two NFC championships within like 4 years with two different coaching staffs. Playoffs his very first year with a rookie quarterback. I just I just think he gets a real bad rep as far as the Dimitrov goes. Um Chris is Arthur definitely in the hot seat going into 2023. I'll give him 4 games to improve. That's fair. Milton says Ritter has a lot of development to do. I agree, man. And Milton, that's why I'm just not with the idea of man of him going into next year as a starter. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be blatantly honest, man. I would be so disappointed in this team if they go into next year with a third round pick and just hand him the keys. I would be so disappointed, especially with these last 4 games, and he really hasn't proven that he is the unquestionable guy. I would be so disappointed in this team. And if that happened, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all now. If it does happen, if they don't draft the guy early, or if they don't bring a viable veteran in here, I'm gonna look at Terry Fontenot a certain kind of way. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I ain't gonna BS you. If that happens, I'm looking at Fontenot a different kind of way. Because so far, I think Fontenot has done a pretty good job, just based off movement of the salary cap and what he came in and inherited and what he has done in 2 years with our salary cap. Also, his trades. Julio Jones trade, home run. You sold a lemon for $20,000. You sold a car that was worth 5,000 for fair market value, and you sold it to a buyer who gave you 20,000. Home grand slam with the Julio trade. Matt Ryan trade. When it first happened, a lot of experts and a lot of us fans were like, "Man, we only got a third round pick for Matt Ryan, really?" Another Fontenot finesse special. Another lemon that he sold. Got 20 grand again for a car that was worth 7 to 8 grand. So what he's done with the salary, what he has done with these trades, also Deion Jones as well, Calvin Ridley, and Ridley could come back out and look like the Calvin Ridley of old 2018, 2019, but you had to get rid of Ridley as well. But if Fontenot takes this team into next year, and Desmond Ridder don't have no real competition, whether that be a veteran or you bring a top level college prospect in here, I might have to bang on Fontenot. And I would hate to do that, but I might have to start the preseason banging on Fontenot. We'll have a bang session on Fontenot. I would hate to do that, but I would have to hold him responsible. Because boy, like 3 years, and like I said last live, 3 years, 3 consecutive top 8 draft picks, and you ain't figured that quarterback thing out yet, and you gonna put it all on the third rounder. Oh man, boy. Man. Davis is so far against tough defenses. Ridder has been lackluster, to be kind. You right, David. We're going to face tough defenses in the division for the foreseeable future. If he's going to be the man, he must learn to deal with that. I agree. And put up some points. 12 quarters, no touchdowns. 12 quarters, no touchdowns. That's not going to work. That ain't going to convince me. Let me go ahead and drop the link for y'all, man. Let's see. We're about an hour into the show. So let me go ahead and drop the link. Give me just a second. If anybody want to come in, any of the Facebook ABG crew, I just dropped that link. You're more than welcome to come in, talk about the game, or I guess really it ain't a lot to talk about with this game. I ain't gonna play around. Yeah, that's the Turd Bowl today, the Tweety Bird Bowl. And I love y'all Falcons, but that was the Tweety Bird Bowl. Falcons against the Cardinals, the Tweety Bird Bowl. It ain't a lot to digest with that game, you know. So if y'all want to talk and tell me I'm crazy that I don't believe in Ridder yet, you more than welcome to come on here. You know, if you want to talk about Ridder, is he or isn't he the guy? Click on the link. Come on, we can talk about it. If you got a different perspective, we can have a respectful debate about it. Troy Anderson, or if you don't think we should pay Caleb McGarry, or whatever y'all want to talk about. Y'all want to talk about coming here and talk about the Georgia game, whatever's clever. You know what I'm saying? So I just dropped the link. Anybody want to come in. YouTube crew, I'm going to drop the link in the YouTube comments also. So you're more than welcome to come in. Hold on just a moment. Drop it here for the YouTube crew. Where's the YouTube window at? Okay, there we go. Yeah, but whatever y'all want to talk about, man. If y'all want to talk about the Tweety Bird Bowl, we could keep talking about the Tweety Bird Bowl too. So, you know, I dropped the link, so everybody more than welcome to come in. Money says fans so scared to draft the quarterback. For fam question: what was the defense rank when we drafted Matt Ryan? Armani, you know me and you be talking about that in the group. Armani, I think they just punch drunk a little bit, bro. I just think they punch drunk about the idea of bringing a quarterback in, and I fully just I don't understand it. It's the most important position in American sports. If Ridder is what people say he can be, he gonna beat out everybody then, right? So I don't know, Armani. I like they and people just they get so hostile about it too. You know, it just gets so hostile. I'll be like, y'all, this just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Just my opinion. Ain't like the Falcons gonna listen to anything I say. It's just my opinion. If you disagree, that's totally fine. But you talk about them quarterbacks in that group, man, them people gonna come running at you and rah, 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 rah. It's comical at a certain point. It's comical. But again, if anybody want to come in, man, just click that link, man. Go ahead and click the link and we'll bring you on. Matty Ghost says Carr's a decent vet. Not sure how he would do with our offensive line, which isn't that great as pass protection. Man, our offensive line, I'm telling you, they better than you think they are in pass protection, man. I'm not saying like they top tier pass protection offensive linemen, but they are fairly good. Or they've been fairly good this year. I got to give them credit on that. Sidney Wood says, I see what you're saying, but hold on just a second, y'all. I'm gonna bring Jeff in. Jeff. All right, I'm gonna take the call real quick. Jeff, go ahead and take over the show real quick. Go ahead.
Okay. What's up, guys? So it was a really good game. with a win. Next week we play um Tyler Algier, really great game. Over 800. He over 800 rushing yards this season. Um, so good game. Some mistakes that we could fix in these couple games that we've played so far. Um, good game for Desmond Ridder. No touchdowns, which isn't the best, but it's still a win. A win's a win. And yeah, so great game for the Falcons. Some mistakes that we can fix. We got all the money. We got $70 million to spend in the offseason. We'll get a quarterback, draft one, get another quarterback. Lamar Jackson, Ryan Tannehill, Jimmy G, Derek Carr, possibly could get Bryce Young, Ohio State quarterback. And then we had no wide receivers basically because one of our wide receivers, Cameron, got in an incident with the police. And yeah, so good game. Some mistakes that we can fix with our defense had a great game. I got too close for comfort when it was like 2 minutes to go in the fourth, and it was 19-17, and I was watching it, and when I saw that Desmond Ridder was making us march down the field running the ball, I feel like Arthur Smith came back to the run, because we were not doing well with the passing. But with Marcus Mariota and Cordell Patterson in those 5-10 games with them, we did really well with the run game. Arthur Smith went away from that. Didn't know why he did. Did not know why he did that. Just to get the wide receivers in, but that's what made us get out of the playoffs because the Saints can kind of stop the run game, but they can stop the passing game. And then we came back to it and we won. But the rest of the mistakes that we made was a great punt. A great punt to the 1 yard line. A really great game. So yeah, a great punt to the 1 yard line. So congrats on Youngwei Koo for good game. Game winning field goal from 21 yards. It seems like our home games are really good because we've been winning most of our games at home. It's a
All right, y'all. I'm back. Sorry about that. What's up, Jeff? What's up, David? What's up, Winston? What's going on?
Bro?
Not much. I'm just chilling.
Hey, here's my Patty. I kind of want to get back to this thing you talking about where you was talking about our quarterback situation.
Go ahead, bro.
Now, I put up something, and this is something that's kind of starting to irk me right now that I'm already starting to see in this group. First part I want to get to. I'm already seeing what I like to call the MR2 syndrome in this group. We starting to play. We blaming the offense. We blaming the line. We blaming the defense. We blaming the coaching. We blaming everybody but the quarterback right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And is he all of the problem? No. But I'm sorry to tell y'all this group, but he ain't gonna get at least to have 3 games with 0 touchdowns, y'all. He's not going to get that longer leash because he's a third-round pick.
Yeah, because if Tom Brady...
He's not going to get that leash.
Yeah,
go ahead,
because if we didn't stop the run game, we might have been possibly in the playoffs if we didn't go away from the run. And if Tyler Algier playing in those couple games where he didn't do as well, but he did really good, because he's at 814 rushing yards right now.
Not 900, Jeff.
900.
After the day. After the day.
17 in ranked in rushing yards. He's 17th, which is, but we have some defensive fix that we need to fix. Trey Anderson didn't have a good game. I'm not a Montana State fan. But
I don't think none of us are, kid.
Yeah, Jeff, I don't think nobody. I never met a Montana fan in my life. But go ahead, Jeff. Keep kicking.
Because I'm a Montana Grizzlies fan, and I've seen Trey Anderson, and but he is.
Keep going, David. I don't know what happened, Jeff.
And that's the and you know what I'm saying, and that's just and like I said, with this MR2, that's the definition of insanity, Tidy. We just doing the same thing over and over and over again with the quarterback. We're going and guess what? And guess what we're gonna get? Same results. We're gonna get the same results. And the second second point I want to make is I posted up in the group during the game. That it's nice to see the kid progress and all, but he's gonna have to start throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah.
And some guy came in talking about something. Why if we're winning?
We won one game.
We don't won one game. One game.
Against the Cardinals.
How many title? We won one game. Out of how many title?
3.
Out of 3 games.
And that's against the Cardinals. You got to point that out.
Against the team tanking just like we are.
Right.
He won 3. What? He may have 500 yard pass.
So realistically, without the quarterback producing point, how many games do you realistically expect to win?
Because first of all, we have no. First, we don't have any targets that can be thrown to because Kyle Pitts is out with leg injury, knee injury, and then we don't have Marcus Mariota. But Marcus Mariota played like a rookie in those couple games. He didn't do what he did with the Titans, but he's a great runner. But I just don't think that. I think Desmond Ridder can be the guy. But up against those good defenses, I don't think just like with the Saints defense, he didn't do anything. He barely threw anything. He didn't do any touchdowns. It was just rough since we moved away from the run.
True. What's your take on this quarterback situation, Winston?
Man.
And also, real quick, I'm sorry to cut you off, but Shin, I put the link to the YouTube StreamYard in the comment section of YouTube. I'm sorry, go ahead, Winston.
Man, the only way I see Ridder being the one next year is if he beat out whatever vet we bring in. Now we may draft a quarterback. I don't think we will. I wouldn't be opposed to it. C.J. Stroud. Well, I think C.J. Stroud played himself into the number 1 position last night. I think he could be number 1 overall, and Bryce Young would be the 2.
Yeah.
Just because of the body side. C.J. Stroud 6'3" or 6'2", 220 something, 230 something, and making all the throws that you want him to do. He did everything he could do to win yesterday. Bryce You know, Bryce made all the throws too, but at the same time, that man ain't nothing but 194 pounds. So you got receivers bigger than him. And that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work in the league. He's gonna have to put on at least 20 pounds. But the only way Ridder gonna end up being the starter game one of next year is he beat out whoever we bring in. He gonna have to show himself in training camp.
Right.
This ain't it.
Yeah, he has to throw touchdowns, but it doesn't look like I have trust in him, and what I said during the Saints game, after the game, I said I didn't have trust, but I did. But now, if he can just throw and score some touchdowns, then I think he could be the guy. But what he showed today, he did really well, but so he did good passing, but he only got 5 to 10 yards a play, and he didn't do well passing, but he has no guys to throw to because most of our guys are hurt. But we have Tyler Algier, Cordell Patterson, but they're running backs. I didn't even know one of our wide receivers because they were mostly backups because we either didn't have Kyle Pitts, we didn't have Cameron for our wide receiver, and we didn't have them. But it was just crazy game with all of our players that haven't played because we had a lot of our starters injured, but we only had a couple compared to Arizona. Arizona had almost every starter injured or good player on that team because
10 starters out.
Yep, that's true. And y'all, real quick, I'm gonna bring Antonio in, who's gonna be new to the show. Antonio, how's it going? Antonio. Well, he's gone. Shane, I also sent you that link as well. I really would like to get somebody here who would come in here and argue to keep Desmond Ridder, because I'm telling you, in the group, as y'all already know it, all of y'all but Jeff is not in that group. But you know, them people they come at your head when you say the Ridder ain't the guy. Antonio, you there?
What's up, Tidy?
Not much, brother. How's it going?
Going good, man.
Good. What's on your mind, bro? Go ahead. You got the mic.
Yo, everybody doing all of this talking about Ridder, but fail to realize that preseason, Ridder played against other rookies. It wasn't like he was playing against pros. That man, I had 3 games, and you got to give that man a chance for the game speed to catch up to him. He even admitted himself that he had to make adjustments because he was playing too slow, which I can understand that. All these people thinking that we're going to draft a quarterback and all this other bullshit. We're not drafting a quarterback. That's not our real issue right now. Defense is our real issue, period. I think Ebiketie, I think that he needs to be moved to outside linebacker. Cal Walker, I don't know what happened to him this year. And since Oliver came back, Oliver been balling. And whoever was in the group talking about, Cordell Patterson won't be here next year, I don't know what the hell you're thinking about. His stats fell off. 1, because he was on IR. 2, because Algier stepped up. You can't keep the same stats when you got somebody else out there equally producing.
That's true. Antonio, let me say this to you, and I'm sorry to cut y'all, but you said offense ain't the main issue, defense is the main issue. So I'm gonna put you on the spot, Antonio. Do you know the defensive and offensive rankings compared to the rest of the league right now for our team?
Yeah, I do. This shit is sad.
For guys,
yeah, it's sad. All I'm saying is, if they don't fix the defense, they're gonna lose Grady. That's gonna happen. Because Grady tired, and I don't blame him. He's tired as hell. Everybody tired of losing. I'm tired. Y'all tired. But No team is going to win a Super Bowl just because of the quarterback.
No.
If we can't stop the pass, we can't stop the run. I mean, we be getting gashed. Dude played us today like he was like a Pro Bowler. That's the same thing how Georgia caught hell last night. They got exposed because the defensive line on one side and you got the offensive line on the other side.
The only guy,
offensive line.
Yeah, the only guy that I think is good on the defense today was really Grady Jarrett, because first of all, we can stop the run, but really can we? Because all the teams that we're one of the best teams that can run the ball and have rushing yards. So, but we can't stop the pass game. Because Troy Anderson didn't do anything today. He was terrible today. And I'm not being rude to Troy Anderson, but he was just terrible today.
He was terrible, Jeff. And also, Jeff,
that ain't rude. That's the truth. He was off.
That's true. And also, y'all, we're gonna bring Shen in from the Dixon Way. Shen, how's it going, bro?
What's going on, brother? How you doing? What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you having me.
What's up?
All right, good, man.
You got the mic, Shen. What's on your mind, brother?
Always comment. Man, first of all, on the Troy Anderson thing, man, Troy Anderson doesn't understand gap assignments, so he get washed up in the muck. He cannot hit the hole and then peel off, and he is timid going in the hole. He's kind of like indecisive which hole I'm supposed to pick. So that's why I think he should be an outside linebacker. Don't let him think, because when you're a middle linebacker, you got to think like a quarterback. I don't think he's there yet. Stick him on the outside. Let him just say, hey, hunt the quarterback. That's your job. Hunt the quarterback or chase the wide receiver, running back if you come out in the flats. That's my opinion. Or Troy Anderson.
What y'all think about putting that Katie at outside linebacker?
I've been saying that for the longest. Troy need to be outside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He need to be an outside linebacker. My thing is, go get Roquan Smith. I don't care how much it costs. Go get your quarterback of the defense. Help Big Grady. Grady like this. Same, different year, same old ish. Because he wants some help. Help me. Help me. That's what Grady was basically saying. You know what I'm saying?
So do you go get Jalen Carter in the first round if he had a shot?
I would get Jalen Carter, but I think we just effed that up by beating the Cardinals, to be honest. The Cardinals now 2 games behind us. They only got 4 wins. We got 6. No way possible we can catch them. So they get in the draft. They have their quarterback. So
they're going defense.
They're going defense.
They're definitely going
the
defense.
opportunity, to be honest. Yeah.
The Colts lost today. The Colts lost today, didn't
they? The Colts lost.
I believe
they saying put to the 5. Arizona at 2? Arizona at 2. Seattle at 3.
Yep.
Problem with Arizona is they just re-signed Kyler Murray that big old deal. Ain't nothing they can do. Ain't nothing they can do right now.
Arizona
definitely going defense.
The Texans.
They snatching them up.
The Texans going to get a quarterback.
They're probably going to get Bryce, man. CJ might get to the Texans, but I'm sure Texans going to go quarterback.
Yeah, most likely.
It's going to be Bryce and CJ in that order. It's probably going to be Will Anderson, Bryce, CJ. Whoever need a quarterback, it's going to be Bryce and CJ.
See, the Texans got the number 1 overall. I think Stroud.
Yeah, because
they probably had the Bryce and CJ.
Yeah,
because the Texans will get the number 1 pick no matter what.
Yeah.
They'll definitely get a quarterback. It will be Bryce Young, CJ, but they will get a quarterback that is it's either going to be CJ or Bryce. I would be surprised if it isn't.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
Yeah, it's going to have to be one of those 3 or 4, Bryce Young, CJ, someone like that can do something.
They need a franchise
They'll
quarterback.
draft him on there like massage the
So
league.
aren't the Bears number 4 in the draft right now? Either 4 or 5. We might be able to trade up with them. Because I heard,
Yeah.
I got a cousin from Chicago, and he said they might want to trade out of that pick since they got Justin Fields.
Don't you think they might want to get him a
They're not trading out of
offensive
They need
lineman?
defense. They need defense.
Chicago is
They
actually
need
right now
offensive
number
line
2,
help too,
y'all.
and they need
They're number 2.
They help Justin.
They're
They
Yeah,
number
probably
2.
should get
Chicago's
Jalen.
Man,
2.
Chicago got
Yeah,
Elway. And right now,
Chicago should be
Chicago
trading
needs to
away.
see.
And
Right now,
Roschon
Chicago needs
Smith,
to see.
and they released Robert Quinn before the beginning of the season. So they missing their defense.
Yeah, you're right.
Either they
Yeah,
gonna get,
we got
they're not gonna pick a
Houston,
receiver that
Chicago,
high. I
Denver,
don't think no
Arizona.
receiver worth going that high. So 9 times out of 10 they're going defense.
Well, that's what I was saying, trade down. If they trying to get a wide receiver and just work on one side of the field, they may trade down. Say they end up number 6 or number 7.
I'm going to slip to 7.
Jalen Carter, to be honest. But if they don't and they want to covet a wide receiver, they could move down and we can slide up. So that's just a possibility. I was throwing it out like that.
Because if I'm not fully sure on this, but we might, if all the teams below us, because the Bears probably won't want a quarterback because they got Justin Fields. They'll probably trade, but we really, because Grady Jarrett's probably going to retire. Calvin Ridley's.
Wait, Jill. Wait now. Grady Jarrett just signed a contract. I can promise you he's not going to retire within these next couple of years, so he'll still be here.
Yeah, we got him for the next 2 years.
Right. Let me ask Antonio something, though, because I know you came in with a different perspective on how to handle the quarterback situation. Ideally, Antonio, what do you think we should do at the quarterback situation? Do we stick with Ridder and see what we got with him, or do we bring in a vet? Because it sounds like you went a big proponent of drafting one, which I can understand.
Yeah, my whole thing is we bring in a vet. I mean, we still give Ridder a chance, but we get a solid vet to back him up. Everybody talking about Lamar Jackson. I don't even see why you would go back and put yourself in the same situation that we just got out of with Matt Ryan. Because Lamar is asking for way too much money. And we don't even want to get back in that situation. So I think we get a vet. A cheaper vet, not him.
I'm cool with that.
Okay. Let me ask you a question real quick. Did you like Fontenot's draft this year?
I mean, being that it's a rebuilding year, I mean, I'm never satisfied with a draft if they're not picking the people I want. That's anybody. Anybody.
Okay.
I believe it. I'm glad we got Kyle Pitts, but then it's questionable picks after that.
No, I'm talking about this year's draft, not last year's, but this year's draft.
As far as where we sitting?
Yeah, as far as maybe our rookies and maybe how they're developing. Did you like this year's draft?
I mean, I'm kind of torn on it. I can say yes and no because there's certain players that shine and there's certain players that didn't.
Certain player, more shine or less shine?
I'll say more shine because being that they rookies, they rookies, they still got time to develop.
Right. Okay. Now, my feeling to get Lamar here, 2 1s, 2 2s. Do you have faith in Terry Fontenot in those latter rounds, building the meat of our football team around Lamar?
I have faith in Terry Fontenot just based on his, what he's done so far. But this is his actual defining year. Based on the money that we have in the cap and what they do with it between this draft and what we do in free agency is what's going to really define Terry Fontenot.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because nothing that he's done so far, only thing that he's done so far is that Like Tidy said earlier, we got rid of a bunch of lemons.
Yeah.
And I give him total credit for that because, yeah, Julio needed to go, Ridley needed to go, Matt Ryan needed to go. That tied up so much money. And then even with Deion Jones. And I ain't going to lie. McCall Walker makes me miss Deion Jones. And that's real talk. He makes me miss him because that man just out there, bro. Ever since that man dyed his hair, he been fucked up. Ever since he been fucked up. Ever since he dyed his hair, bro, because he be out there long. Remember before?
Ever since he dyed his hair.
Yeah. Remember when Walker used to always be around the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see none of that no more. The money done got to him. I'm telling you.
When he was
that
coming
man
off
ain't
the
hungry
bench.
no more like that.
Yeah.
He not hungry like that.
Bro, we got to fix our linebacker, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah, we definitely have to fix the linebacker core.
Yeah, and I also think, like I said before, I think Evan Katie, they bringing the right people. They should push Evan Katie to outside linebacker. That's just my personal opinion.
He is the outside linebacker.
Thank you.
No, I thought he was playing end.
I think they need to tell him to add about 15, 20 pounds.
He behind Ogundeji.
Okay, and if you notice another thing about our defense, look on both sides. Only person that's real active that got any kind of technique on the whole defensive line is Grady Jarrett.
Yes.
Right.
Everybody else, as soon as the ball is hiked, they lock up, whether it's with a tight end or they with a tackle, they lock up like two old ass pit bulls and they don't let go.
Yeah.
No kind of swim moves, no kind of spin moves. They ain't trying to get nobody out the way. They just lock up and they stay there. And that's why you can't get pressure on the quarterback.
Very true. Very true.
Very true.
You look at anybody else, like you can get JJ Watt and put him on. I guarantee, probably within 3 or 4 weeks, he'll have more sacks alone than our entire fucking team because he got technique.
Yeah.
They're not teaching no technique. They're not teaching technique and practice. No, they don't have nobody to develop these boys the way they should be. You look at okay, what's his name that we got from Clemson?
Vic Busley?
Yeah, Beasley. Trash. He was trash. Tack was trash. Every time we go out there and we make a reach on getting a player, they be trash. Yeah. So that's why I said I don't give a damn what they do in this draft. When they get to us, whatever beast of a defensive lineman that you can get, you better snatch him up quick.
Exactly. Grady gonna be asking to get out of here on the first thing smoking if we don't. That's what
we got 1 more year of Grady. If we don't get him some help, we got 1 more year of Grady.
Yeah. And Grady gonna be ready to go. Technically he's ready to go now.
If we don't get Grady some help after the 2023, before the 24 season, Grady gonna be gone.
I guarantee if Grady wasn't under contract right now, if Grady wasn't under contract right now, I guarantee when we played his last game, I guarantee that man would have already been shopping around.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yes, sir. He would have. Would y'all go get Payne out of the Commanders as a free agent? Go get Payne and slap beside him?
I would.
It's gonna cost a lot.
As soon as he say he want to come down south.
That's what I'm talking about. Man.
Yeah, I'm halfway between. I'm in Virginia. I'll go pick him up and bring him to Atlanta.
Bro, I'll go drive. I say in Flowery Branch. Bet it up.
Right. I say in Virginia. I can get up there in about 2 hours. I go get him and bring him to Atlanta.
I'll show him around the branch. We got a Target. We got a Publix. I'll show him the facility. All that good stuff.
But yeah, I give when it comes down to it, I know we're rebuilding. I'll give Ridder until next year. After that, they can make his ass a tight end, a wide receiver like they did Frank's. Because Frank's is done. Frank's ass is done.
Let me ask you a question along that line. All right, if you're saying that you would get Ridder next season, by most estimates, we're gonna be better than what we are this year. So we're gonna be picking high in the draft. How would you go about fixing the quarterback situation then?
I would actually bring in, like I said, I bring in a vet. If we wasn't so fucked up in the situation with Matt Ryan, Ridder would have been in a better position. Ridder don't really have nobody to learn from because Mariota is not the choice. And his ass is gone next year too. I mean, he gone this year. He done.
As soon as the Knicks leave in March,
because his second year is an option.
He'll be a cut.
Yeah, he get cut.
Because his second year, that's an option, so we can let his ass go.
He gone.
Yeah, he gone. But even when it came down to somebody was floating Aaron Rodgers' name around there, and I'm like, how the hell y'all gonna bring up Aaron Rodgers? If we could, and I have nothing against Lamar Jackson. Only thing I have against Lamar Jackson is his asking price. And we got way too many other holes to fill than to bring him in here and he gonna eat up the cap. Because we're not gonna be able to pay nobody else. We can't be a good team by keep signing players on 1-year deals. It doesn't work. You gotta have something like you said. If you're gonna build a team, build a team. You can't do that with 1- and 2-year players.
This year's free agent crop, not that good anyway. Beside Payne and Roquan, this year's free agent crop, not that good anyway.
Hold up.
It's better than what we got.
Offensive lineman out of Cleveland. The center out of Cleveland, he want to get out of Cleveland. What did we pick him up? We had good luck with Alex Mack.
Yeah,
I think the center out of Cleveland is in his last.
Center out of Cleveland, but it's just
because Dom trash.
We talk about what 3 free agents now. It's not a robust free agent class. This is not a robust free agent class, gentlemen.
It depends what you're looking for.
And honestly, y'all, I'm really not ready to give up on our centers yet. I never thought they should have took that job away from Hennessy.
Yep.
I'm not ready to give up on them yet because they haven't been the best as a whole, but they haven't been totally garbage neither. So I would be
Darman trash.
I'm sorry, Toddy. Darman trash.
I won't call him trash, y'all.
Darman trash, bro.
Let me say
Darman need to go to the bench.
Let me say this.
I'm telling you.
How many years experience does Darman have?
He got one. This is first year of starting.
Okay, so this is first year. This is first year starting, right?
Yeah.
So, true or false? Is he not effectively a rookie right now?
Hell no.
Wait, hold on now.
Well, when the first year started, okay, I got to give you that. I got to give you that. When the first year started,
that's why they shouldn't have took the job away from him.
See, David understand what I'm saying. If this is second year in the league, his first year started, this is really kind of like his rookie season.
He got plenty of playing time last year.
But he had to rotate with Hennessy. Again, I never thought they should have.
They should have never took the job away from Hennessy.
But basically, what I'm trying to say, y'all, is I think 1 or 2 years to give up on these draft picks, that's a little too soon. When as a whole, the offensive line isn't terrible. Now, look at it this way. How many years did it take for McGarry to turn into McGarry?
A couple.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
But Darman ain't McGarry, though.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you this. Who looked better in year 2, McGarry or Darman?
McGarry.
No, Darman.
Nah.
That's hard for me. That's hard for me.
Well, year 2, McGarry was.
Yeah, because McGarry was awful.
Darman is ranked number 17 center. Darman is number 17 center right now in the league, y'all. Number 17 in his first year as a full-time starter. That's not bad. I just want to give up on the guys too soon. I'm not saying we don't need improvement at the area, but you don't want to give up on them too soon. Because if you bring somebody else in here off the draft, you kind of start in that same cycle over again.
Okay, so let me ask you a question about Darman. You don't think Darman have no snapping issues?
Just like you said, why did we take Hennessy out of there anyway?
Hennessy should have never.
Hennessy should have never lost that job.
Darman should have got cross trained as a guard and be the backup to Hennessy. Hennessy should have had a whole streak by itself. Same way they did with Darman now. Now you can't go back to Hennessy because you gave Darman a whole year. Now Hennessy been sitting that cross trained as a guard. And he looked good at guard, to be honest. He looked good before he got hurt. You can't go back. You can't put him back at center now. He didn't learn different steps and different cadences.
Sometimes though, Darman don't be in the game though, bro.
Huh?
Sometimes, like if we playing at home, man, and they got that roof open, Darman be out there like this.
Man, Tolman. Oh my God, man.
Darman, that's what I'm saying. That's why
they looking outside and shit.
Out of the starting lineup in the first place. Hennessy should have had this whole year.
And I get he's a rookie, but I just seen too many whiffs.
Hennessy proved to be bad after this season. You put Darman on the bench. I mean, Hennessy on the bench. Start Darman next year. That's what they should have did. That's how you progress that line.
Yeah, they should have been Hennessy. I don't know what it was, but I think that was because Darman was a Fontenot/Smith era draft pick, and Hennessy came from the prior regime.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess they were trying to get their guys in there.
Bingo.
But I still think it's too quick to give up on them, y'all. Unless we get a surefire free agent, and even then, that's gonna cost a shitload of money.
Nah.
Okay. I say it like this. I'm gonna give Darman one more year.
That's all I'm asking.
One
more season.
Man, look, if I can get Jason Kelsey, Mitchell Morse from Kansas City, Darman ass going to the bench. I tell you, he be out there sitting there eating sunflowers on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
I've just
And
seen
a lot of the time.
I've seen him whiff way too much.
I'm
sorry, I've seen Darman whiff way too much.
And you think about it, if this was a critical game today, that bad snap that he had where Ridder took and fumbled, what if the playoff was on the line then?
Oh man, I seen that play on replay. I'm gonna go back and watch the game, but to me that looked like it was Ridder's fault, man. It like the
that was Darman's fault. Look at the ball.
Instead of getting in the pocket.
I'm gonna rewatch that too.
Right, look at the ball.
Like me was on Ridder.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, look at the ball. Darman have a lot of bad snaps.
Man, yeah.
That's true. He's had a lot of them.
A lot of bad snaps, bro.
Especially in last game.
Like that. If Darman is dedicated to his craft, he go into this offseason and really tackle his snapping issues.
Darman need to go talk to Dad.
In the pocket or hit on the shotgun snap. If he go do that, all right. If somebody sit there and drop a Instagram video showing him working on that, all right, cool. I wouldn't spend the money on a center in free agency. But if nothing comes out, go get somebody, man.
Yeah,
go get somebody because that's gonna be what gonna end up holding us back.
Yeah, because if we get say we trade up or whoever and get CJ Stroud, we trade up to the number 3 spot or whatever.
We're not getting that shit, bro.
He's gonna be in danger, especially with Darman right there. Bad snapping. Oh, we're gonna get that kid killed.
Yeah, if you go get a vet, he gonna be in danger. He's still learning how to line his self block, and the line got to learn how he move around in the pocket.
True.
It's too much. It's too many moving pieces. So you need one of them to be secure. Either you have the line secure or you have the quarterback secure, and then they work in tandem and they figure it out together. But you can't have a quarterback that's behind a new line and your center just sitting doing whatever he want to do from play to play. That don't work, man.
Y'all look at that screenshot and look at what Darman is ranked in the NFL right now. All right, let me ask y'all this. For a guy who's in his second year in the league, first year as a full-time starter, can we honestly say the 17th ranked center is doing terrible right now? First year starter.
But you know what got a lot to do with that, Ty?
My problem is the PFF rank.
Hold on, because you got to look at it.
PFF rank. I don't think you should be that high.
The thing about the PFF ranking is they look at your pass block and your run block.
And your run block, yeah.
And if we run the ball a whole lot more than we passing, that's gonna figure more. So he's good at run blocking. What is he doing in the passing game? But it's gonna get negated because we're not passing the ball as much.
Okay, his number 17 ranking, right?
Right.
You don't think that the 2 players playing to the right of him have nothing to do with that ranking?
They got
absolutely
to do with it.
Got a lot to do with it. And see, but that's how the offensive line work. I know y'all know that continuity.
Yeah, yeah, that right. That's how we got to the Super Bowl. We have that whole season, that whole offensive line played together the whole season.
Yeah, and 2 guys retired, and that was it.
And that was it.
Yes.
Okay. I got a question for everybody then.
Go ahead.
You being the GM, right? You're going into this draft. You got 3 picks. You got rounds 1 through 3. What you draft in first, second, third round, position-wise?
What are we getting done in free agency?
Can I put my hand up first?
Go ahead.
Free agency is after the draft. So if I'm doing the draft, it just depends on where I'm at. If I'm number 5 or number 6 and Stroud fall in my lap, then I'm doing what we should have did with Justin Fields. But since I'm getting Stroud. But if we not there, we at 6 and both of the quarterbacks are gone, I'm going pass rusher first. It's either linebacker or defensive line. That's what I'm doing. Okay. And then secondly, I'm going probably trying to get me a center. Probably trying to get back up in the first round to get a center, to be honest. Because we need it. Because I saw Hennessy come in for Dalvin and straight whipped it. We were 3rd and 1 and lost 4 yards. Hennessy went. So I don't want nail one in there. Both of them can get it.
He was out there pulling the trunk.
And then third, I'm not trusting a rookie middle linebacker safety because Richie Grant can't cover. He can tackle, he can't cover. There you go. That's my draft in the first 3 rounds.
You want to go next Wednesday?
Yeah. All right. Right now we at 7. If we slide to 5 and Will Anderson there. If Will Anderson there, then I'm taking Will Anderson.
Well, yeah.
If he's gone, then I probably pick up Brian Brisset. Put a big man in the middle of that line beside Grady.
Okay.
Second round, I'm going to edge rush. If I didn't pick up an edge in the first, I'm definitely going edge rush. Well, hopefully I'm able to pick up the edge in the first. Because if we can pick up the edge in the first, Siaka Ika should be there. And by the time we pick in the second round, that's a nose tackle from Baylor. Okay. That's a big 6'5", 6'6", 350-something pound big body. You put slam in the middle of the line, take 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, that's that Samoan dude, ain't it?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, he nasty, bro.
Yeah. But he'll be there early in the second.
Yeah.
So if I can get
all of my pre-draft.
If I can get that edge in the first, with Will Anderson, I ain't gonna say verse. That boy Tyree Wilson, he nice. That boy nice. Verse nice too though. If I can get one of those edges, I'm gonna go Siaka in the second, Ika, and then I'm going to get a corner in the third. It's the lock. I'm going to get a corner.
Okay, to play on the opposite side of
on the opposite side of AJ, because
I feel you.
I mean that's where teams going. Ain't nobody really going at AJ too much. You might get 3 passes past that AJ. He gonna let one. He gonna give up completion. The other 2 he gonna bat down.
Okay, I feel you.
Baby, you want to go?
Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm probably head. As it sits right now where we drafting that, I'm probably headed edge in the first.
We're at 7 right now.
We're at 7 right now. Yeah, I'm probably headed edge in the first. See if, like you said, the Wilson kid's nice, or see if, or maybe Will Anderson falls to us. Second, I'm probably going corner. I'm probably looking at that kid out of Utah or the kid from Mississippi State. Both of them real nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the third, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm probably gonna try to spy me somebody to get over the top of speed wide receiver. So we can probably move OZ in. So we can probably move OZ into that slot.
That's where you need to be at.
Yeah, that's where you need to be at. I agree.
So that's probably my 3. That's my first 3 rounds.
Okay, I'll get mine. Y'all already know it. If Stroud's in there, I'm taking him. But I'm gonna be realistic. At number 7, Stroud gonna be probably gone. Bryce gonna be probably gone. So I'm gonna probably go pass rusher with number 1. Number 2, I'm probably gonna go cornerback because I've seen far too many games where our cornerbacks just got ate up. And Hayward is like 34 years old now, so I kind of hate to say it, but he really on his last leg. You can't even expect him to be playing all 17 games next year. So I'm gonna go cornerback because we ain't have no real depth at cornerback. Even though Armstrong played pretty good today, like come on, that's a practice team guy. So I'm gonna go cornerback with 2nd. 3rd, I'm gonna take a position that I've been complaining about during this live broadcast. I'm going linebacker, man. I'm gonna go linebacker and try to find me a guy right there in the early mid rounds to step in and give me some good reps in case Troy Anderson don't come around or we don't know what's gonna happen with Evans. So and like Antonio say, Mikael Walker. So I'm gonna go linebacker with my 3rd.
Please.
Yeah, check that boy out for Syracuse that play middle linebacker. That nigga nasty, bro.
Yeah.
That boy Winter.
Zach Harrison from Ohio State, good too.
Winter's nice, man. He played that outside linebacker safety. Winter's nice. Number 13. Go look at his game.
I like the kids at NC State too.
Yep.
I really like them. If y'all saw that ball game this weekend, I like the kids at NC State.
No, I didn't see him. I'll check him out.
Oh yeah, check them kids out of NC State. They're linebacking core. Them kids are nasty.
John Harris, it's on you.
Giving up leads. Didn't they give up leads in 4 straight games, man? That's all I'm asking. Like NC State.
Huh?
Didn't NC State give up 4 leads in a row?
Yeah, they did, but that's on their offense. You know they lost their quarterback now.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
They lost their quarterback.
I'm gonna check it out. I love the draft and all that crap. I watch it every year, so yeah, I'm gonna be heavy into it. Appreciate that. I'm gonna check it out.
All right, John, it's on you. Did you hear the question
about going and drafting and getting and now? Good evening, gentlemen. I'm sorry I'm late. I just got away from the horse trial, which is Golden Corral. So I had to eat me something, and I was trying my best to wolf it down and hurry up and get in here before y'all left. But look, Tidy, you know what I want. You know what I want. Anybody that's playing nose tackle who last name end in a vowel, I want him at nose tackle. Loafy, and I want some thick ankle tractor trailer trucks burning number 2 diesel at that nose tackle spot. Now, what's his name now?
Yeah, you say
Siaka Ika.
Yeah. Now,
that's the boy out of Bell.
Now, we haven't had a good pass rush from your defensive line since Rush left. Tell me if I'm lying. And I don't know why they cut that man, and I don't know what the heck happened, but Grady Jarrett need to file for some damn paternity help because that man ain't getting enough child support payment. It's ridiculous, man, the way that man, the man get, the very first thing they do, they sandwich him up. And everybody else, just like one of you guys pointed out earlier, they go mano-a-mano with him, tight end, offense, defensive line, whatever. And I mean, it's over with. Then, on the other side of the ball, I need a fire plug at center. Because, see, all I saw today, just like I've been seeing earlier, whether it be Hennessy or Dahlman. Now, Dahlman, I don't know what the hell that boy problem is. It's a wonder that Desmond Ridder got any nuts left, because if he fire that ball back in there hard like that again, that man ain't gonna be able to have no more kids.
He got one. He be all right.
No. The man young. He need to have the option to have no children or to have some teeth. The way that joker be firing the ball back, you don't know which. He just like Phil Necro used to be with the Braves. You didn't know which way the ball was coming.
Well, we done decided we're gonna give him one more year.
Man, all right. All right, well, call Brooks, because that man like gonna be dead right behind center. But those two spots, definitely. And I'm gonna ask this question again. Do we need to go away from the zone blocking scheme? Because see, that A-gap penetration is one of the most vulnerable things that happens in that flow. Or do we just need stouter people in there? Y'all tell me.
We need stouter.
I mean, with the talent that we have, it's best to stay with the zone. Because we don't have the talent to match up man to man across the board.
No, we don't.
That's the whole thing with the zone. If nobody enter into your zone, you pass on and you go help the next person.
Yeah.
That's why the double A gap blitz be killing them. Because Dharma get caught up and he don't know which person to pick up. So he letting both of them go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Trick them.
And we ain't big enough. And we ain't big enough to go mano either.
No, we ain't got enough weight in our ass to do that.
Yeah, that's why the zone blocking is designed. So you can trick them. You can out scheme them. But every time we need 1 yard and we see a man, whoop a man, try to get 1 yard, we lose 3. And that's when you got to bow your neck and get that yard. We just ain't got the hostess to do that. So we need better hostess down there. 100%.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's what was going on because, I mean, boy, Hennessy, and see now they just moving Hennessy all over the place. Now I know that's tidy, boy, but that Y don't count as a vowel, tidy. I need a A-I-E-O-U.
You take that Y off the last name, you got it.
Hey, now that's a little something else. That Y off his last name, that's a little something else. But I mean, them jokers be looking like dead roaches out there sometimes, man. They always on
dead roach.
I mean, they all back, man. You can't block nobody. You can't block nobody down here clawing. No, that offensive line. That's the thing that's been getting me ever since Matt Ryan was here. Now, unfairly, they were blamed for Matt Ryan's fallacies and things of that sort. And sometimes it was them, sometimes it was them. But for them to be such good run blockers and such bad pass blockers, that's I mean, it's a total flip from what it was we used to have. And one more thing. Now, I don't know whether any of y'all caught me. What was it, Friday night, Saturday night, or whatever? Where I had to get some stuff straight. But you do not have a quarterback coach here in this city,
and that's a problem.
You don't have anybody training and teaching. And I'm standing up here watching Ridder stare at folk before he throw at him, hold the ball too long. He stared at one man from the locker room all the way to the time he decided to throw him the ball.
Not the locker room.
Yeah. He know what type of deodorant the man put on, because he washed him all the way from the locker room to the time he decided to throw it to him, and he got crushed.
Hey, John. John, sorry to interrupt you, but address like the thing, man, you was fussing about the other night about Quinn and Matt Ryan. Address it to the panel and let's see what they think.
About Matt Ryan quitting?
Yeah, whether he quit or not.
Okay.
Y'all give us y'all opinion on this, because me and John went back and forth for about an hour the other night.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Now, it wasn't just Matt Ryan. It was Matt Ryan, Marcus Mariota, and Carr. Okay. Matt Ryan asked to be traded from the team after we went and pursued Deshaun Watson. Now, when we failed to get Deshaun Watson, Matt Ryan wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I termed that quitting, because see, they wanted to keep Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan wanted to leave. All right. Eric Carr out there in Oakland, after he got benched, he said he wanted to be away from the team for 2 weeks, not to be a distraction. I said, wait a minute, that's quitting too. Because see, you don't have but 2 games left, and you're not going to the playoffs. So how could you be a distraction? Then the Mariota conversation that Tidy brought about Mariota quitting. Mariota got voted. He said he needed to have knee surgery. Now, what's the difference in those 3 scenarios as far as the quitting conversation is?
Can I go first?
Go ahead, Shan.
The difference is that the Falcons put out in the media that they talked to Matt Ryan when they were going after him. That was a bold-faced lie. It was several people from Matt Ryan's camp that said, if they talk to him, this is news to us. We found out, just like everybody did, through Scheffler's tweets. There's a difference. The other players were told by the coach in private, hey, guess what, man? I think we're going to go a different direction. Matt Ryan chilling, playing with the little ice shoes or whatever. Now, he's still a professional. I understand what you're saying, John, but it's a difference when the team, the coach, or the GM come to you and say, hey, man, you know what? This year didn't go well. I think we might go into a rebuild. Brace yourself. Nobody's safe. Then if he go and say, I want to move, then he quit. But to you to blindside him like that and then put out in the media with Scheffler saying, oh, yeah, we talked to Matt Ryan already. It's cool. Nah. That's just my opinion. At least the front office came to him or didn't come to him first. If they would have came to him first and been out the season like, you know what, Matt, we're going in a different direction. Get your bags ready. I think Matt would have had a better attitude about it. You know what I'm saying? But since they swung at Deshaun and missed and trying to crawl back, that's a different scenario than telling Mariota, you a bum, get up out of here. Or Derek Carr, you're no longer needed. We'd rather try out this rookie for 2 games than play with you. That's totally different. In my
Stedham ran the rookie.
Y'all.
Stedham came along with McDaniel from New England. He been on the bench. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but Carr got an injury clause in his contract where if he get hurt next year, his full salary for next year is fully guaranteed, and 7.5 of his 2024 salary is guaranteed. So he would get all that.
Oh, so they didn't. So that basically was mutual. They didn't want him to get hurt.
That's why they told him. When he said, "All right, but look, I'm gonna go ahead and slide," he was like, "All right, you can go ahead and go."
They told him to go home.
Because if not, you know what I'm saying? They gonna been on the hook for like 40-something million.
Okay. Now I want to hear everybody else's opinion, but I'll stop right here and deal with that particular part of Carr's contract. Being on the bench and being with the team does not mean that they put you in the game, because the owner, just like they did Matt Ryan in Indianapolis, Matt Ryan was still there with the team. And you remember the word was out that Matt Ryan was being put on the bench to avoid that similar type of clause in his contract.
Yeah.
Okay? So all you got to do, don't put him in the game.
Yeah, but see, the whole thing is, like, as long as you active, you can sit there. You gotta have an injury. I mean, it's week 17 of the season. Everybody hurt. Everybody hurt somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
All you gotta say is, "Hey, look, I'm hurting." They go put him on IR. It kicks in. Matt Ryan's situation is different because Jeff Saturday just got in there. He's sitting there coaching, trying to become the full-time coach next season. He needs the most wins he can get. He needs to show the best that he can show.
Yes.
That's why he put Matt Ryan back in there.
But
not just that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Sam Elliott. He's not gonna win.
When you look at the whole thing about Deshaun Watson, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Atlanta Falcons had already decided to move on from Matt Ryan anyway.
Right.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Well,
No matter what happened, they was going to move on from him.
Exactly.
There was too many other teams that Matt Ryan didn't just have to go to the coach. He could have went anywhere that needed a quarterback. Hell, he could have went to Houston. If that's the case. But the thing about it is, when it comes down to business, and you look at it from a business standpoint, just like you talking about the contracts, and if you got certain clauses in there, if that team feel like, yeah, we going, they basically telling you in so many words by their action that we're preparing ourselves to move on from you without it costing us more money.
Bingo.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Yep.
But you being a player, you got to understand that it's a business at the end of the day. Yeah, they might have railroaded Matt Ryan, but even when he found out about it, it was like, okay, these motherfuckers trying to go after him. They pretty much done with me. They already show if you show interest in another quarterback, it's like any of y'all playing a position and y'all shopping for this dude over here, knowing that I've been a starter for how long Matt Ryan been here? 14 years.
14 years.
Long.
It's time for me to go. And then you got to look at it. What Matt Ryan was going to put on the cap.
Man knew he was going after they kept restructuring him.
Yeah, that's just it. He already knew. When Julio ass left, Matt Ryan knew.
He knew next on the chopping block.
Yeah, he knew
he was next.
He knew he was next on the chopping
I'm
block.
surprised Julio left before Matt did.
So I'm not gonna say that he quit. It was business.
Matt didn't quit.
No, Matt
didn't
quit.
Okay,
Matt didn't quit. It was business at the end of the day because I guarantee had Matt stayed, we would have won more games this year. And I'm not bullshit.
I don't agree with that.
No,
I think we would have won more games.
I don't agree with that, partner.
I don't agree with that part.
Hey, that's just me.
You had me.
That's just me.
Then he started drunk drive. He started swerving. I thought he was going left. He had the left blinker light on. He went right. I don't know what.
Hey,
man.
Compare my comparison with him and Mariota, and motherfuckers can say what they want to say, and everybody got their own opinion. Mariota has quit.
Oh, yeah, Mariota definitely quit.
Mariota quit.
But Matt,
I don't think Carr quit. Carr knew what he know what's in his contract.
I believe,
he know what's in his contract.
But
Carr knew what they was doing.
Whoa! Now that's something else too. Let's go back to Carr. The team did not bench him. Okay. And looking at that contract, like Winston brought out, I just thought about this. Okay, Matt Ryan, let's go back to Matt Ryan in Indianapolis. The first thing that everybody said about Matt Ryan in Indianapolis was that clause in his contract, and the owner benched him to keep from having him getting hurt and him paying that money. And the impression I got, I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but based on what I read and the impression that I got, Matt Ryan was benched to avoid any penalties in that clause.
No, so they can
Let's go to Carr.
Can I say one thing?
Let's go to Carr. Carr and the team agreed. He asked for permission from the team not to play and not to be with the team. It wasn't the team that initiated the discussion.
Yeah,
Those
it was.
two
Yes, it was.
Hold on. The team called him and said, "Hey, look, we benching you. We going with Jared Stidham for the rest of the season."
Yeah.
He said, "All right, well, since I'm being benched, I'm asking for permission to be away from the team."
Yeah,
they said, "All right."
Yeah, so I won't be a distraction.
But the whole conversation started out with them benching him first.
Yeah.
Okay, right, because he was salty. You be salty too.
Okay, well, hold up. Like Winston said, the conversation started with him being benched. All right. Carr asked them for permission not to be there. It wasn't that the team said, "Well, since you being benched, you go home." Because I don't, because thing is, you're going to be a liability as far as money is concerned if something happened to you out here on the field or on the bench.
Okay, and look at the point you just made. Look at the point you just made. You wouldn't be let's just say, for instance, and I'm gonna start with Matt Ryan first. Let's say Matt Ryan went to the coach, right? He there and he doing his thing, and the coach winning. They winning. They not benching on Matt Ryan if they winning.
Matt Ryan lost a 33-0 lead. They benched his ass.
I know that, but you still can't blame that on the quarterback. Matt had already put up 33 points. That's on the defense.
Man, all you gotta do is drive them down and kick a field goal.
Touchdowns.
All you gotta do, drive them
That's
down
on
and
the
kick a
defense.
field goal. If you see the defense ain't stopping them, you keep scoring.
Exactly. If I put up 33,
is not stopping them. You keep scoring.
Dude, put that 33 on anybody else in the league. You can't put that. Like I said, don't no quarterback play defense, bro. 33 points in the league is enough points to beat just about anybody in the league.
But if you see your defense is not stopping them, and they got the momentum, you have to stop the bleeding. That's the whole purpose of a quarterback.
Yep.
You have to quarterback this team. You have to get this team through and over the hump. If you see your defense is not stopping them, you go out there, you whip your nuts up, and goddamn, you go on down the field and do whatever you need to do. You got to get us some points. Because
that was only responsible for 2 of those touchdowns.
Huh?
Right. Okay, so look at Cardo.
He only threw 2 of them. Because the defense
scored,
the defense scored what, 2? And they got a block punt for a special team touchdown.
2 pick sixes, block punt, and I believe it might have been a rush. It might have been a rushing touchdown in there somewhere. We'll give him that.
But he only gave him one touchdown.
Yeah, he only threw for one. He only threw for one touchdown. He only threw for one touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. But something else I got to point out too. All right. As far as the scoring conversation is concerned.
Hey, John, real quick, I'm sorry. Like something happened with your sound. Did you go on Bluetooth or anything?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but it like your quality changed up. Like you kind of echo a little bit.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I may be echoing.
How about now?
Yeah, perfect.
There you go.
You good?
Okay.
But I don't think Carr quit though. I don't think Carr quit. You got to look at it from a business standpoint. That man knew when he went in there. As soon as you bring up the whole thing about benching and he know what's due to him if something do happen, that shit can happen to any of y'all. If you're supposed to get a promotion on your job, and then here it is, they come up with some bullshit ass write-up to keep you from getting your promotion or getting your raise or whatever. That man was salty as fuck.
So
he was salty as fuck. And he wanted to get away from it.
Right.
He wanted to get away from it. He didn't quit.
So why he didn't quit? Because see that now this is
dude. You want to bench me? You want to bench me to protect your money, right?
This is where the definition of quit comes in. Because see the thing.
But you want to bench me to protect your money, right? You want to bench me because you don't want to pay me what it be due to me if something do happen.
Okay. So
if something we talking about a hypothetical. Like if something do happen, you just gonna sit me down now when I've been here all this time. Now you want to sit my ass down? You basically telling me, guess what? You don't need me. So hell, let me go on vacation for 2 weeks.
So and not be on the bench, not be there. Okay. You go and ask for permission. Okay, y'all don't need me. Y'all don't want me. I'm going to the house.
From a performance standpoint, do you think they benched him because of his performance?
No, definitely performance.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
they told him that.
Yeah, that's what they said.
They said it was performance-based benching.
Yeah, but you want to know
and they thought what?
But you want to know something about that? That came from a guy that drafted Tim Tebow in the first round. So I really don't know how much I can put into that.
Y'all, let me give y'all what my perspective of was why I say that Matt Ryan didn't bitch. My major thing is the Matt Ryan situation happened in the offseason. Yeah. And I felt like once offseason business started taking place, whatever happened in the offseason, like that's the offseason. to me, it seemed like different than what Mariota did in the regular season. So if the Falcons start pursuing another quarterback, blah, 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 we're trying to go in a different direction, and they talked to Matt Ryan, he said, well, you know, let me pursue other options and try to find a team that maybe I can win the Super Bowl with, you know, before I retire. I didn't see that as him quitting because those were off-season transactions.
Yes.
So that's what I was saying to John with me and him going back. I was like, well, that's off-season situation.
Hey, and just like I told, just like me and Tyler were talking. Now, them for people to say that Mariota quit because he went to ownership or went to Arthur Smith or whoever and said, hey, I got a knee issue. I need to have this taken care of. All right. They agreed to let him go ahead and do that when really they didn't have a choice, because just like I pointed out at the time, Tidy, that's FMLA. You better not get involved in the FMLA. That man got filed for family medical leave because he was hurt. You can't, and the doctors agreed, go ahead, get this done. They found a legitimate injury. All right. Now, back to Carr's situation. I understand everything you guys are saying about that situation. The problem is with Carr's situation is that Carr was salty. Carr was mad. All right. You don't need me. Can I walk away? Not even show up for any of the team activities. Nothing. Okay. That clause was there. But by virtue of the fact that Carr did not want to be there because the team didn't have any problem with him being there. Okay, from what I'm getting, didn't have any problem with him being there. This clause came out as just news that was part of his contract. That's all that was.
Okay.
And see, and what I told Tidy too about the Matt Ryan situation is that okay, Matt Ryan could have stayed here another year. You still draft Ridder.
Hold on, John.
Draft Ridder.
John,
and the reason why I say that
Matt
about
Matt couldn't stay
I
here,
think
man.
they were gonna trade Ryan.
They were gonna trade him regardless.
I think that was
let me finish.
We were done with Matt. We were done with Matt.
Now, see,
Okay, go ahead, finish, John. I'm sorry.
No problem. This is where I'm going with this. Do you remember who this Matt Ryan is? The company man, the one that let somebody tell him he couldn't doggone audible in the Super Bowl. He was a company man and professional instruction follower ever since he's been here. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying about this, because when there was some illusion that Matt Ryan agreed to defer his bonus so that they could go shop for Deshaun Watson. Company man to his heart. So why didn't you stay here, Matt, since you're such a company man?
But John, that's more
because
reason
it didn't happen like that.
Hold on, that's more the reason that he didn't quit,
That's
John,
what he
because you got to remember when they was pursuing Watson, Matt Ryan knew his time was virtually up, and he extended his roster bonus to give the Falcons like a whole full another week to try to wrap up the Watson contract. When in reality, excuse my French, he could have said, "Fuck you, Falcons, pay me my money. I ain't worried about what y'all doing with Deshaun."
Right.
So
he
was really trying to help the team out while they was trying to fire him, basically.
See, that's my
Pretty
point.
much.
That's my point. He's stupid. That's my point. I mean,
John,
and see, okay, Tidy. How much more would that have added to the millstone around our necks contractually if they went on ahead and had paid it? Because
it would have hurt us bad.
It would have been 10 more million, I think.
Yeah.
It was around
you already close to 100 million anyway.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, Matt did them a favor. That's why I don't think he quit on them. Matt did him a favor by extending the grace period so when they was going to pay him. If he quit, he would have said, F you, give me my money, and I want to trade.
And get me up out of here.
But it's still, just like Tidy said, it's in the off season. That's off-season business. It's not during the season, so he technically didn't quit. He just wanted
no pressure on him.
He didn't quit regardless because
he wanted to move on. What you say?
When he didn't quit regardless because it came to him. Hey, look, we going a different route at quarterback.
Exactly.
We'll see how this shake out. That man could have been like, hey, you know what? Fuck all this. Get me up out here now. And then after that, y'all go handle y'all business.
Yep.
Well, wait a minute.
Look, hey, look. What I'm gonna do is y'all gonna hold on to this money. See if y'all can get yourself a quarterback, and then after that, we'll figure out where I'm going after that.
He didn't quit. Out in that press conference too. Look, man,
yeah, man, that man love Atlanta. You gotta think about it.
I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate you, Toddy, because I got to get something to eat. But on Matt Ryan being here and helping this team, no, he's a statue. This offensive line is bad at pass blocking. Everyone know what Matt Ryan gonna be. He's a statue. And he played horrible with a better team, better offensive lineman, better running game. Not better wide receiver crew, but better running game and better offensive line. Matt Ryan was trash. He's done. Should have drafted Justin Fields. And I'm out. Thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you,
All right, bro.
All day.
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Also, Shane, let them know where they can find you on YouTube before you go, bro.
All right, on YouTube, guys, just check us out at the_Dixon_way. We do live watch parties, so basically you watch me act animating and stuff like that. I was real tame on here, so I hope I didn't stump on anybody. But yeah, I appreciate you guys having me, man. Me and my wife love doing this, and we just have live watch parties of all Atlanta games. So if you like watching on TV, you want somebody to sit there and complain with, come on over to the Dixon Way, shorty. Hey, man, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all inspired me to do this. Tidy, you and Uncle Steve, you know what I'm saying? Y'all inspired me to do this. So I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Shane. Happy New Year, bro.
All right, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bro.
Blessings, bro.
Blessings.
All right, take it easy, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a quick question though.
Go ahead, bro.
As a GM and a coach, right? Because you know Houston gonna bring Stroud and they're gonna bring Bryce both in there, right? Or when they interview them or whatever. I know you gotta ask the question, do y'all like massages?
That definitely gonna be in the combine question.
You already know that shit gonna be a question, bro.
That could be in the combine question.
Yeah, do you like massage?
Do you like massage?
How often do you go to the massage parlor?
Exactly. That's gonna be that shit is a question.
Where is coming from?
Well, he can't lie, because if they look back, they're gonna find he went and got some.
I'm trying to tell you. You know, like the FBI, man, they go deep dive.
You know, cause see, hey, that was one draft pick to ask him how long had he been black. So ain't no telling what they're liable to ask you. You better tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. Now, and here we go again. Now, you know, everybody's clamoring for this quarterback. Everybody clamoring for a quarterback. Everybody wants somebody else to challenge Ridder or do whatever. And like I said, and I've been saying for the longest, if you don't have anybody in here to show him the nuances, the differences of pro versus college, how to throw if you're going to throw off your back foot, how to throw off the back foot, you know, how to get that air out from under the ball, how to put air under the ball, how to throw it with touch, various things, various nuances and things that you need to know when you come here, and you don't have anybody here to do that. That's a wasted pick. And you doing that man and everybody that's a quarterback in that quarterback room a disservice by having somebody there that don't know what the hell he talking about, don't know what the hell he doing. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. Ridder's improvement is coming from what he learned from London. Excuse me. Well, not London. Palmer.
Cincinnati.
Palmer. Yeah, the man who trained him and Burrow. That's what that's coming from. But I mean, it's just ridiculous. But and something else too. I'm seeing Dave Ragone sitting beside him on the sideline. Now, what the hell is going on here? Who's doing what?
David Gone was a quarterback in the NFL. He played for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay, cool.
So to be honest, David Gone should have been the quarterback coach, but they elevated him to offensive coordinator, which he's not even doing. That's why he's sitting there with Ridder on the sideline. He's coach. He's the de facto quarterback coach because Arthur Smith is calling the play
without the title.
Yeah, he's the quarterback coach. He just getting paid more as the offensive coordinator. And Charles London is sitting there collecting the check.
See, so there we go. See, Tidy, you remember that question I asked about drafting for the fans or drafting for the team? What the hell is this? What is this? Because see, thing is now, if say for instance a strength and conditioning coach, you got a problem with folk holding on to the ball, and we do. All right, first thing I'm going to, where's strength and conditioning coach? Why these jokers not doing curl? Why they not maxing out on the Smith machine, passing out in the gym, trying to get those arms stronger so people can't punch the ball out? Okay, I'm going to you. Strength and conditioning coach. All right, quarterbacks messing up. They staring at receivers. They're not going through their progressions. They're underthrowing, overthrowing. Who am I supposed to go to? I'm supposed to go to the quarterback coach. Hey, man, what the hell going on?
Oh, okay, John, I got a question for you. Let's say in 2 weeks from now, 2-3 weeks from now, your guy Matt Ryan retire. Do you offer him the quarterback coaching job in Atlanta going to next season?
I just got through eating now. I just got through eating. No, sir. You know who I would offer it?
Hold on, John. Like you talking about an NFL quarterback who had a good NFL career
and the
MVP, Super Bowl experience, and he got 15 years worth of NFL experience. Now, be honest, John, you're not gonna find, from a resume standpoint, you're not gonna find a more qualified candidate than Matt Ryan.
True. That's true.
Okay. My person, from what I know that this man did to this franchise, for what I know that this man still does after 15 years of playing, that he never stopped doing except for 1 year when somebody hung their foot in his behind and stopped him from staring at receivers. And the degradation that took place after that man left, I disqualify him because now see the thing is, I disqualify him because of familiarity. Okay, I disqualify him because of that. All right, now I will hire Matt Shaw.
Well, hold on now, John. You are high Shaw over Ryan. Now, you got to keep in mind, being a coach and being a player is two different things. Now, John, you gonna honestly tell me now? Look past his physical skills, but you're gonna honestly say that Matt Ryan don't know the quarterback position.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying for the quarterback position. I'm saying that I would. You remember when Matt Ryan was here and everybody was talking about, well, Matt Ryan can mentor this person, Matt Ryan can mentor that person. You know what I told you? Matt Ryan, they need to keep whoever it is coming here as far away from Matt Ryan like a coronavirus dog on social distancing. Keep him away from it because you don't want.
John, how would you take Matt Schaub over Matt Ryan at the quarterback coach position, though? That's the part I'm not understanding. From a quarterback position.
Yeah.
14 and a half year starter now.
Nope. No, I just couldn't. I got too much bad history with that, man.
Yeah, see, you looking at Matt Ryan, the player.
Yeah.
and what he did in Atlanta.
Because see, hey, you know what? You know what, Winston? This will be his first time trying to teach somebody.
It would.
Teach somebody. And see, that's why I say I need an experienced quarterback coach. Because just like you guys pointed out, playing and coaching are two different things. Okay? Now, if Matt Ryan started in college and worked his way up, or was an assistant a couple of years or whatever, and you could see and point to somebody that he's mentored, somebody that he's brought along, fine. Okay? It's the same thing now. That third string quarterback out there in San Francisco, that man came out there ready to roll. He came out there ready to roll. And he really shocked me, because I thought for sure they were going through some pain, whatever.
I don't understand how people sitting there saying like Purdy is playing so great. He's doing the same thing Ridder doing. He just putting up a couple of touchdowns, but their numbers is very similar. Purdy be throwing for about like 170 yards, maybe a touchdown.
But that's all Kyle Shanahan though.
But his touchdowns are coming from out.
That's all Shanahan though.
Like 5 tackles, and he's scoring. Purdy ain't sitting there really doing nothing elite.
But Antonio make a great point though. Look at his offensive coordinator.
Exactly. That's it.
There you go. Yeah. That's my point. Offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. You got Brian Greasy, that's his quarterback coach, with Kyle Shanahan as his offensive coordinator. Hey, man. And Winston, the thing is, he's not doing anything to hurt you. And he ain't doing anything to hurt you. Plus the fact there is something to be said with making a big splash on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, whatever his first game was. And see, that shows well to everybody that's looking at it. And see, only when you do what you did, Winston, once you look at the actual yardage that he threw for and how efficient he is, can you make an objective judgment as to how good he is? Okay, but it shows.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me say something.
The same line. Then what would you rank on Ridder then?
Say what now?
Along the same line, which one would you rather have, Brock Purdy or Desmond Ridder?
Eye test shows me the guy from San Francisco.
They're doing the same thing. They're doing the exact same thing. They just got better weapons over there in San Francisco.
Basically, because I'm looking at the stats right now. Purdy's on the number 132 yards.
They do the exact same thing. I mean,
Purdy's on the 232 yards right now.
They throwing little dig routes, little slant, little end, and the receiver sitting there breaking a bunch of tackles and going the distance. They're doing the exact same thing. So which one would you rather have, Purdy or Ridder?
Right now, Purdy.
In our offense.
And because of the training that Purdy is getting versus the training that is.
Okay. Go up the point like right here. If Shanahan was here, Ridder would be a much better quarterback.
Yep.
I can agree.
If Shanahan would have better weapon on offense.
He would be a much better quarterback.
I agree with that.
I can agree.
Yep. So see, the thing is, and that's why from the very first time that I found out who our quarterback coach was and clawed through all of the innuendo and erroneous information that Ridder was getting trained by Jason Palmer's brother. Hey, I said, well, okay, I got a man here that has nothing but running back on his resume training my quarterback. Come on, man.
That makes sense.
But you know what? Let's keep it real. The only reason why Ridder is getting better from week to week, it has nothing to do with practice. It has nothing to do with Rangone or none of the people right there. It's just the fact that he's playing. That's it. Because he don't have nobody to teach him shit.
Yeah, and see,
you put somebody out there, and you basically tell them, hey, this is what we did in practice, but hey, the game and practice, 2 different things. Figure that shit out. And that's what he's doing.
Well, see,
that's what he's doing.
Thing is about that, I remember having an argument with somebody about after I got thrown out of a flowery branch after hollering at Matt Ryan about parents.
You got threw out of training camp.
Yeah, did.
John, hold on. John, before you tell that story, tell the panel
man, I need to hear that
why you called the NFL office. For what reason? Tell him, John.
Look, I have called the NFL office to have them at a Thursday night game. And you know, and we get ready to get on national TV. Oh, I will call the NFL office and tell them to find somebody else to play in that spot because we ain't good enough to be seen on TV. You know, I don't want my team embarrassed by this team on national television, and you couldn't play your way out of a wet paper sack. I mean, it was horrible. It would sometimes it would just be horrible. The American football public did not need to be exposed to Falcon football, as sorry he was, you know. But now the NFL now has to show all teams at once on Thursday night football so they can get some national exposure, no matter how bad they are, because there were worse teams than us. But the way that we have been from time to time, oh yeah, I call them. Hey man, can't you find somebody else to put in this spot? We'll take Sunday 1:00. Only a certain section of the country will see what it's doing. I want to keep us secret and get better. I'm serious. But as far as
I bet you they was laughing at your ass.
Oh, they may have been, but I was dead serious. But see, my thing is like going up to Falcons camp. What they used to do a long time ago, they used to have on the hill. They started putting stuff on the hill, but you could sit on the hill and they would have the quarterback drills right next to the hill. And Matt Ryan and Julio and Matt Ryan and everybody else, they be lobbing passes and the people just be ooh and ooh. And Matt Ryan stand up there and stabbed the man until he decided to throw him the ball. So I started hollering, hey man, when are y'all gonna tell this man to stop staring at folk? That's the reason why we lost the Super Bowl. That man stared at that damn man from the time he got dressed until the time he threw the ball. Y'all need you back home. Get it straight. Sir, I'm not gonna have you harassing these folks. Man, harass hell. That man doing that same old stupid. This is a family show, right? That same old stupid mess he's been doing ever since he's been here. And these coaches out here need to get it straight. Sir, we're going to ask you to leave. Fine, I'm gone.
No cut.
You know,
I got banned.
But thing is, why do all of these other quarterbacks get rid of the ball? 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds. Boom, bam, boom, bam. They throw the ball before the defense can even react. You know, Matt Ryan would stand back there, get the ball, pat his hand, make biscuits, make pancakes, flatten them out, and next thing you know, he flat. Somebody knocked the snot out of him. You know, and everybody blaming the offensive line. Well, the offensive line can't hold. Tidy, tell them how many times have I counted on one of my lives how much time this man has had to throw the ball. You know,
numerous.
It's just ridiculous.
All right, y'all, let me ask y'all this. Can y'all see that tweet that's on the screen?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to ask everybody. Do you go ahead and tank? Or do you do everything you can to win?
I don't see us beating Tampa. I hate to say it, but I don't see us beating Tampa Bay next week. I don't see it because offensively, unless we just keep running the ball, we're not gonna put up no point. Tom Brady just went for like 403 touchdowns. Mike Evans had 2 touchdowns, 200 yards. Like they just went off. Okay, I don't see our offense matching them in the shootout because that's what we're gonna end up being.
But let me ask it to you this way then. Let's say you're the coach. Do you go full force with all the efforts you have, or do you just go ahead and pull it back? If you the coach.
If I'm the coach, no, because I hate losing. I hate that shit with a pass. So I would go full for it. Plus, you got a whole bunch of people on 1 year deal. Them people playing.
Yeah, that one game ain't gonna make a difference though, bro. I'll pull back.
Hey, man, that one game might be the one thing that keeps somebody in the league instead of being sitting there waiting on a phone call.
I understand that part too.
Hey, man, like football is all about what you did. It's all about what you did. Whatever you can put on tape. Every chance you got a chance to put something good on tape, it behooves you to do it. There ain't no well, he looked decent throughout the year, but how he hold up over 17 game season? Was he still make the same plays he was making at the beginning of the season, at the end of the season, or did he tinker out? We got like what 23 people on a 1 year contract. Yeah, like man, you got to play them. You got to go out. You got to put them in the best position to see not only this year but in their future too. Because at the same time, these people are playing for their family.
Right, I understand that, but at the same time, can you really judge them based off of one game?
You're not judging them off one game. You're judging them over the length of the season.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about as far as consistency, you got to look at their whole, palette of work. You just can't base it off of one game.
One game you might just show out. That might be that breakthrough game, just like Algier had when he broke out for the 139 yards.
So we got one that say go full force. We got one say tank. David?
Here's what I do. I play my offense because I still need to evaluate my quarterback. But as far as my defense is concerned, maybe, Grady's nursing, a sore knee or, and maybe AJ's got a bit of a pulled hamstring and, and then, and after that, whatever happens, happens.
All right,
my personal opinion, though, I don't think the players would bow down like that anyway. One, you playing a division game. Two is Tom Brady. Everybody want to come to his head anyway. So, we out the playoffs. We know they going. So
Brady might not play.
We can go out there and bust some of their ass up and hurt a couple people. Hey, let it do what it do.
Brady might not play because they just locked up their playoff position today.
Yeah, I don't see Brady sitting down.
Yeah.
Brady probably sit down.
Man, ain't never sat down.
You got to think about it, man. 45, man.
Oh no, Brady.
Yeah, he said he ain't gonna retire no time soon.
I understand that, but they not worried about this last game of the season when they know how they're locked up. They worry about what they can do in the playoffs. The regular season is there for them.
I'm gonna say this. I'm kind of in agreement with David a little bit. I'm gonna play Ridder. I'm going for it on every single fourth down. I don't care if 4-13. We're gonna throw the ball down the field. Grady Jarrett, we love you, big guy, but go ahead and get your vacation ready. You got the day off. AJ Terrell, that hamstring is bothering you, ain't it? Yes, sit down, son. But I'm gonna evaluate my quarterback. But I'm gonna just be honest, man. A rebuilding team, meaningless, a game that don't really mean nothing to us. In the big grand scheme of things. I'll probably pull back a little bit and try to keep that high draft pick. Also, what's going on, Big Low Country? How you doing, bro? Shout out to Alberto, and shout out to everybody that came on the stream today, man. David, Antonio, join us more often. Winston,
yes,
John, ABG Jeff, man. I really appreciate y'all, boys. We'll go ahead and get out of here, man. Appreciate everybody watching on Facebook. Thank you, everybody watching on YouTube. And we'll see what Coach Arthur Smith do next week against Tampa Bay. But we out of here, y'all. Peace, everybody.
All right.